It's me, Bud. This is the BCTV podcast. We are glad to have you all here. We have a very awesome episode today with my good friend in the camera right beneath mine, Pulse XP. We also have Captain Dark, who has turned his camera dark. I don't know where the hell he went, but Captain Dark's here somewhere. And we've got Chard Muck over there in the far right. Again, down there we got Pulse XP. Of course, we got Paul from That Family Games, and the guy with no cam, but with a lot of heart, we got Gall 416 over there in the lower right corner. Guys, how are you guys doing? It is a pleasure to have you all here. I am very, very excited for this episode. This is going to be a lot of fun. I don't even know where to start. This is going to be a real interview. This is going to be just us talking the shit. So I guess we'll just start. Anybody got anything they want to say? We'll start with Chard Muck, and we'll just go around the room while I fix shit.
Frank, welcome. Honestly, even with as salty as I am right now, I want to thank you for putting this challenge on me to do this shit, because I'm going to be really excited when I've accomplished it. So
you're welcome, man. I thought you'd have fun with it since you love 10 so much.
Absolutely. It's been a fun grind. For those who don't know, Frank has requested that I beat the Penance Super Boss in Final Fantasy X. And I've literally, my stream, it turned into, I'll just do this on Sundays, to literally every day but Friday. So, like, my life is absorbed into this guy.
He's having that much fun.
You loving it, huh?
I feel bad for the people watching, because I can't imagine it being exciting for anybody to watch, filling out the sphere grids and shit. But goddamn, I'm having a real good time doing it.
Dude, I was in your stream the other day, and I watched you work on that sphere grid for an hour, and just hanging out with you was good enough for me, man. I had a good time anyway.
God.
You can run the sphere grid and make it entertaining like no other.
To be fair, though, that's a good challenge, though. You got to beat it, and you can't use your Jimbo on top of that. So
yep, and I'm not going to do it. I won't use your Jimbo.
Now, is the challenge you can't use your Jimbo for any reason?
I just assume he said no Yojimbo was the thing, so I nixed it from everything.
I mean, knowing Chard, he
really
gets that motto anyway.
Do you really get a sense of accomplishment from using Yojimbo? No, you don't.
He's not wrong. Yeah, you might as well just ace everything and then leave. That's no fun.
Yeah.
I want the challenge. I want to actually be like, I fucking did it. I fucking iced him.
Just think 3 years from now when Final Fantasy X is on RA. You're ready for it.
That's what I'm waiting for. Yeah, I'm waiting for PS2 stuff to get on the RA. I am down.
Jesus,
sorry. Actually, if anything, waiting for it to be on RA is probably why I haven't done it yet. Because if I was going through it like what Chard's going through, I probably wouldn't want to do it again.
And the PS4 is giving me achievements
just to get there.
It's as close as it's going to get. I'm good with it. The
PS4
I'm
ready.
Giving me the achievements.
Yeah,
so.
I'm ready.
To say it's the same thing as retro achievements. It's an
essentially,
yeah,
but it's not on my profile.
On PlayStation 4, and then I'll send it off to.
No, I do want to play through it.
Just give me the badge.
Yeah.
Even Steam has achievements, so hell. Same
it's
shit,
not
right?
the same. It's not the same shit. It's different.
Is the same
no,
shit.
It's not.
I mean, they're achievements.
They're achievements, exactly. It's from a retro game.
All right.
I agree with Captain Dark that it's the same thing, but you get more of enjoyment from seeing the badge on your page on RA.
Exactly.
So you see the badge on your PlayStation or Steam account if you have that. Or whatever
fuck that.
I don't know about Switch. I can't speak for Switch. But
Switch don't even have achievements. I'm
going to cut out the logo. I'll just cut out the Final Fantasy X logo, and every time I pull up RA, I'll just tape it to my monitor.
There you go.
Take a picture of it, and I'll take it off and move it on.
There you go.
Done.
There's
my
that works.
You just Photoshop the shit on there. Yeah.
You know what? Photoshop could do some things.
There you go.
Yep.
I wonder if RA would let you submit runs to games they don't support yet. Like you say, hey, look, I did all this. Can you just make up a badge and put it on my profile for me?
Gal and I have been talking about that with Lunar, because I'm like, Gal, just make the recording so we can send it in when they finally launch that. And I can just get all the badges.
There you go. Yeah.
Watershed a bunch of footage. And
you should get an extra badge for that, though. You should get an extra badge. You should get the badge for getting it. Then you should get a beta tester badge, just because you're the one that.
Because he has been trying out different ones. Definitely, he definitely deserves brownie.
They need to just come out with the ability to have retro achievements on real hardware.
Amen.
FPGA.
FPGA would be perfect if they could get it working. I think they might be working on getting it working on the Mister too. That's that new FPGA thing that MRR Knight's been talking about a lot.
That would be perfect.
If they get retro achievements on that, I'm buying one. Actually, I'm buying one anyway, but I will extra buy one.
By the way,
did you already get one, or is it a different yours?
Yeah, shut up.
Didn't you already get one, Bud, or did you get the Raspberry Pi?
No, I got a Raspberry Pi. Yeah, I got a Raspberry Pi, and then I got that, and then I got I got a PS1, but it doesn't do. It's not fancy like Darks.
You got the same thing Mr. Arnite has, don't you, Bud?
I know what you guys are thinking. You're thinking of the Retro Tink.
Retro
that's
Tink,
what it was.
Oh,
yeah.
you talking about the Framemeister? If you're talking about that on my end.
Yeah, I got the Retro Tink here. That's different. No, the
That's what it was.
The Retro Tink is a interface to convert analog to digital. So S video, component video, composite video to HDMI out, so you can hook it up to a capture card. So this works with real hardware. The Mister is more like a Retro Pi kind of, but it's different because it's made from other parts, and it and it does FPGA. In other words, it's emulating the hardware rather than doing software emulation.
And then here's the frame. Mine's a little dusty.
Yeah.
And then
That's one you've been waiting on, right, Captain Dark?
no,
That's one you were talking about that a lot.
no, that's actually
Is that the OSSC? Is that the one you're talking about?
no, that's
Oh, that's that. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Tech Talk with Bud Cave TV.
right? And then I got the
We're going to do a Tech Talk episode for sure. But yeah, I just got the vanilla
push it
regular
away.
PlayStation.
Don't nobody want that.
Hey, man, this is original hardware in great condition.
This is original hardware.
You hook it up with this shit and it works fine. This is original hardware unmolested. So there.
Exactly. Right. Leave it. Tell
Unmolested.
those nerds to get
Our original hardware doesn't have to point on the doll where they got touched.
That's right. Exactly. Exactly.
PS1, please show us on the doll where Bud touched you.
I mean, to be
Everywhere.
fair,
I touched all the buttons.
I left the color stock though.
You did. You didn't paint it all red and black like your other one.
Well, I didn't do that the first time. I still have that one over there. It's over there. It's sitting right next to me.
Did you make that yourself, or did you order it like that?
I ordered the. This is the X Station. I ordered the X Station, and then on the back is the PS1 digital. So I just ordered these two, and then I sent them out to a modder out in New York, and he put them all in.
Yeah, so you bought the PlayStation and then the parts separate, and then you sent all of it to the guy, and he did the install and then sent it back to you.
Yeah, and all my
Gutenberg has
games
been
were
talking
stored on
about
this
doing that.
256 SD card.
Yeah,
and it's not even full.
that would be cool. Yeah.
I had a modded original Xbox, man. I had so much fun with that thing.
Oh,
Jeez.
that did a lot of shit with that. Yeah.
Like, I got a modded Wii U. Shit's fun.
Nothing I have is modded.
Too.
If it turns on and works, it's modified enough for me.
Well, it was cool. I could go to Blockbuster back in the day, and then I would have the game. You know, it was mine.
Yeah.
What the heck is Blockbuster? Says all the
Yeah.
millennials.
We're all
Wait a minute. I know what the fuck Blockbuster is. Don't come at me.
Yeah, Dark's a millennial. Dark's a millennial.
Hollywood
He knows.
Video.
Yes, but you
Mr.
are
Video?
more woke when it comes to those things. We're
Blockbuster,
talking like,
Hollywood Video, Circuit City. I remember all those places.
Oh, you
EV
didn't say the
games.
W word.
You remember
Please,
EV
no.
games that would be
I
attached to
remember
some of the
Electronic Boutique,
Blockbusters?
Yeah, EB Games
Electronic
would be
Boutique,
attached
yeah.
and stuff.
Yeah.
Before GameStop actually bought EB Games out, they would have a GameStop and an EB, at least here, they would have a GameStop and EB Games right next to each other.
Yeah.
I always wonder, like, what the fuck is the point of this, and what's
I
the
remember that.
difference?
I remember that. I remember
Yeah.
those days. Yeah, I miss those
Electronic
days.
Boutique.
Yeah.
Just knock the fucking wall down and you have options.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah.
Yeah, right.
Hell yeah, hell yeah. Dude, I used to love going to EB Games out, Washington Square, I think they had one. I used to go to a lot. Yeah.
They had one there. I went to the one on Lafayette Square.
Lafayette
So,
Square.
obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was actually just EB Games at the Lafayette Square, and then it got taken over by GameStop.
Yeah, it was EB. It was
and
Electronics Boutique, and then it became EB Games, and then I think that's when GameStop. After that's when GameStop took over. I think.
GameStop took it all over, and
Yeah.
now look at GameStop.
Yeah.
See, I got stupid lucky
digital
when I was a
downloads
kid.
for most of that. I would believe, and digital stores are
Yeah.
are the new wave. So.
Right.
Yeah, that and GameStop never really changed its model as far as like used
Right.
games. So you're
It didn't.
giving me
It didn't
10
adapt.
cents to a game that's still worth about $40. And I understand it's a company, you got to make a profit. All right,
Mhm.
that's fine. But you ain't gonna tell me I get $10 from this brand new
Yup.
game that because I opened it, you only gonna give me $10 for it.
Right.
Yep.
And then turn around and sell it for 40 and expect people to constantly buy that when they can just go buy a brand new copy off somebody from eBay.
Well, you
or
can do that when you're the
Amazon.
only game in town, so to speak. So
Well,
I mean, yeah.
here's my outlook on it, man. I never buy a game for the intentions of selling it back, so that's why I like GameStop so much.
Well, my
Because
argument,
I
and
never
I
sell my
think
game.
Captain Dark can relate. My argument would be like if I buy a game that I don't know a lot about or I hear about, and I play it, and I'm like, you know what, this is not something that I'm interested in, and I played it for a day. I beat Dragon Ball Z Budokai 1 in 30 minutes, and was like, "What? I spent full price on this fucking thing? Are you kidding me?" And you take it back, and they're like, "Yeah, we'll give 15 bucks for it."
15
I
bucks,
bought it 10 minutes ago. What the fuck do you mean you're only going to give me less than the percentage I bought? Fuck that. So yeah, and then their business model never changed from there.
No.
It never will.
They're struggling because of it.
Yeah, they could have done a lot better. And GameStop still, even today, has its place, but they have to change their models. They can't constantly do the same shit and expect the same results to last. It doesn't work that way.
Well, now they're merging with like ThinkGeek and stuff like that, and they're selling merchandise instead of just video games.
And now they're selling PC parts.
I didn't know that. Yeah, they're selling PC parts now. Interesting.
Yeah, that and digital games. They're starting to sell more digital games as well.
Yeah.
So they're not changing their model. They're just picking up more garbage to tell you can't fucking sell at a good price.
Hey, I got this RTX 3080. How much do you give me for it? Oh, we'll give you $20.
I'll give you $1 for it.
$20
$20 for it.
About $350.
And then we'll sell you for $350. I sold it to the Loch Ness Monster for $350.
$350.
I hop that on eBay right now and get $3,000 for it.
There you go. Exactly.
Anybody looking at cryptocurrency? I've got some video cards.
Right.
All right, Chard. If you're picking up the Jim Beam bottle, I'm gonna pick up the Jim Beam bottle. Damn it.
Is everybody doing the Jim Beam?
You don't have to, bud.
Yes, I do.
We're not all jumping off the same bridge. All right.
No,
I'm
the only
I have
one
in my
that's not
office
jumping off
right
this
now.
damn bridge.
And
There.
it's still a little early over here for me for Jim Beam, and plus we're gonna have
Early
family time later on with the kid.
You have family time.
Look, just because you're stumbling doesn't mean anything, you know. Like,
Yeah.
You don't.
Oh yeah.
Just don't drive.
I ain't got nothing to do later. I just got to hang out with the wife.
All right.
And
hey, I'm on my fourth
I like
beer,
to
thank
numb
you very
myself
much.
up a
Fair
little
enough.
before that anyway.
Don't let her hear that, bud. That's your ass.
Like I said, I got to numb up before that scenario anyways.
The door's cracked and she's listening in. She's got like
She's got the cup.
to it. Yep, she's got the cup up to it.
Dude, she watches this shit on YouTube. She's watched every single episode. So she's
Well done.
whatever I
you're
say on
fun.
here, she is going to see. So
All right,
Yeah,
well,
but it happens a day later. So at some point during that day, she just comes by and smacks you upside the back of the head. And you're like, "What the hell was that for?"
of course I do.
Episode
I do
6,
edit these before they go out.
2 minutes in. You can always tell because you can see the cot behind Bud laid out.
Yeah,
That's where he's out for the night.
Hey guys, when Bud's not live Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we know why.
yeah.
Because a week off.
Because he's
you?
dead.
Right. And it wasn't because of a pelvis breaker either.
Come back, he's wearing dark sunglasses.
Yeah.
I think
fell down
Gall's
the
getting
stairs.
drowned out. I think Gall's volume's low. I'm going to turn him up a little bit.
Yeah, I just had cataract surgery, you know.
Yeah. LASIK. It's the LASIK.
It's the LASIK,
Right.
yeah. You know, we're supposed to be talking to Frank, though. We're supposed to be asking him questions. Anybody got any questions for Frank?
All
Is
right.
that what we're here for?
Right.
This is more fun, though.
Okay.
We can keep doing
This
this.
whole
We
thing
can
was
keep
never
doing
going
this.
to be
This is
on
funny.
the rails for it to go off the
You
rails.
should know
Yeah.
this by now,
People
right?
know
But
this.
This
Oh, we did
train
plan for
started on
chaos,
its
though,
side.
didn't we? We did plan for some chaos, though. Let's have the chaos. I'm having fun.
Look, Bud, you got Alex after this, and then Max after that? You think they're going to be any different?
Dude,
You
we
think
got
it's gonna be any different?
I'm about to
next
rip
up we
Alex
got
a new one.
Jimbles. Jimbles is next, and then we got then Alex,
Oh,
then,
okay.
then Ash, and then Max, and then NEC. So
Okay.
we got a whole fucking bunch of cool people coming on,
Be a busy couple.
which is why I want to
weeks.
hurry up and get this episode over with so we can get on to that.
I mean, I guess
Damn,
I
bud.
could
Let me
ask
just shut
probably a
down right
question
now.
of
This is crazy
Frank.
as fuck.
All right, podcast over.
I
Everybody
could
have
probably
All
ask
right.
a question of Frank.
It was fun
What
talking
do you
to
got?
y'all. We'll be back.
Gal's
No.
got a question for Frank. What do you got, Gal?
Go
What do
ahead,
you want to
dude.
ask?
Well, I guess a straightforward one, I guess, is how did gaming start for you, Frank? Like, what is it that began your zeal for gaming, for achievements, for all those kind of things?
Like, you mean how I got started on RA or in gaming in general?
I mean, I think with gaming in general, and then if it builds to RAing and stuff. I mean,
Well, I want to hear
what
the
are
RA
you?
story too, but start with the gaming since that's where he
All right.
started.
My older brother, he's 7 years older than me, and at birth, I guess I had an Atari and pretty much an NES. So just watching him play games, growing up from born to three's when I started playing games on the NES and Atari.
So gaming.
So it's been pretty much since birth.
So
Like
since
I was
birth,
real
it's just been a
sick
part of
with
your
my
life.
asthma growing up, so I was inside all the time. So I just sat around and played video games all the time.
What was your first game you remember?
Basket.
Mario 1. Mario 1.
Yes. Same. Yeah.
Joins. Samesies.
Mario 1 was the first game I ever beat
Hell
when
yeah,
I was
dude.
3 years old.
Same.
Same here.
I was a little
Still
bit
haven't
older
beat
than
it.
that, but same game. Yeah.
Like the
I
only
beat it
one
when I
I
was
the one
3,
that
but
got on
you
this
can't
one.
beat it as an adult. Come on, man. Come on.
I haven't played it since. I haven't played it in a long goddamn time.
Uh-huh.
I don't do platformers, man. You know that.
Mhm.
He's the
Fucking
RPG
platform.
guy. He's the RPG
You kidding
guy.
me? If this
I have to say,
world,
it took
if
me
the
a little while to
apocalypse
beat
started today, and the world was designed like the Mushroom Kingdom, and I had to save everyone, you'd all be
We're
fucked. You'd be dead.
Okay. So tell me something, Char, real quick. I know this is Frank's episode, but we go to Char. Char, how to end it? Holy fuck, can you do JRPGs but not platformers?
Because platforms make me think right there. I have to act now, but JRPGs, I get to think about it.
RPGs make you think.
No, but they
Did-
make
did
me
you watch
plan
it?
and
In a
plot it
reactionary
out.
way.
I can go, okay, because you heard me talking
Yeah.
when you guys were making fun of me earlier today.
Why
Where I
not?
was like, okay, I'll do this next, and I'll do this
Yeah.
next. Okay, I got this coming up. But with Mario, it's like, jump.
Yeah.
Fella dead. Fuck.
Well,
Okay.
platformers is like playing through an obstacle course, and then when you
Yeah.
think of RPGs,
You've
it's
seen me in
more
an
akin
obstacle
to something
course?
like chess, where you have to plan and strategize and think several steps
You'd be
ahead.
fine in an
and
obstacle
things like
course.
that.
So I'm guessing Char probably
zombie
likes
apocalypse
chess.
comes.
Could, maybe.
Just go on without me. Just go. I'll see you guys later.
Chard's on the bridge, ready to throw himself off. We're like, no, Chard, we'll protect you.
It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Go on without me.
The world's over.
Very cool. So this is interesting seeing your set without without your green screen effects on. I always thought you really were in a bar.
Oh, you're a liar. No, you don't.
No, that
Judging
would only
by
be real
his-
if all of
his-
those bottles were empty. This is Frank.
Yeah.
we're talking
Yeah,
about.
yeah,
I was
yeah.
gonna-
Yeah.
Judging by the credenza that all his stuff's on there, I would still say that he's in a bar.
I was going to say, yeah,
Oh.
I'm starting to say maybe you actually are in a bar.
I mean, I have bottles of whiskey laying all around my desk
Yeah.
and stuff. So.
He's got whiskey, he's got beer.
When
Well,
he
I
gets
got
up,
these
it's-
outside and have to get up every 10 minutes and get
I
one.
was
so
gonna
brought
say
me
when
a
you
couple-
get
I
out of your
got a
chair, it
cooler-
probably
I got a
sounds like a
cooler-
bunch
Hey,
of glasses clanging
I've got
together.
my bucket of beers back here just
Yeah.
for this occasion.
This is literally the only thing in my room.
And look, he's got a cooler. He's got a cooler ready.
I got a cooler too. Yeah, cooler right here. Yeah. Hell yeah.
Now, while we have a quick lull in the conversation, I wanted to say, because you were kind of doing the around the horn with everybody, we've been on Twitch for almost a year, and all of you guys here are folks that I met in that first month being on Twitch. And so it's really, really cool and amazingly coincidental that we're now all on a podcast chilling out together
Isn't it?
1 year later. So this is
Yeah.
freaking rad, and I'm
Well,
loving this.
absolutely.
Yeah, I've known you since you first started, man. You've been a good friend, man. You've been a welcome addition to the community. I got to say that. But and speaking of knowing people since you've been, I've known Frank and Dark and Chard probably since I've been in it about a month too. So it's the same experience for me. I've known all these guys ever since Twitch has been a part of my life. These same people have been a part of my life. And
Here
you guys
is my
are my
first
best
remembering
friends on
moment.
Twitch. Yeah.
See,
Bud
Frank,
Cave.
But
It was DGDS
Yeah.
2 or 3, I believe, and the man could not keep his shirt on.
it was 2.
Okay, it was
DGS
2.
Back to
2
the
and it
shirt.
was
Oh,
my
I have
first
heard of
time.
that.
So
You knew
so-
Frank was gonna bring that shit up.
so
You're
NBC
banned.
actually
You're
had-
banned,
NBC
Frank.
actually had to go in and yell at Bud and tell Bud, let's not take your shirt off. Leave
Let me
your
tell
shirt
the
on,
story.
Bud.
Let me tell the story since you brought it up. Okay.
I got the glasses off this.
Well,
I
I gotta
had-
give
no, I
Ben
had
some
to-
music.
I had been streaming. You want music? Okay. I had been I'm turning off the music. I had been streaming for maybe a month when NEC found me and he invited me to do DGDS. I couldn't make it in the first month because they already had it scheduled, so I came in the second month. I'm a newbie streamer. I'm not an experienced entertainer. I'm not experienced in being in camera, right? I'm just learning all this shit as I go. He's like, yeah, we do DGDS. It's drunk games done solely. You're welcome to drink. And I took that as in, you must drink. So I went out and I bought a 6-pack. I drank a 6-pack in 2 hours. I'm a lightweight. And then towards the end, people were in chat were like, hey, man, we'll donate like an extra $100 or some shit if you take your shirt off. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I'll take my shirt off for $100. And then like 5 minutes later, or not 5 minutes, like 5
No, it
seconds.
was 5 seconds.
Yeah, 5 seconds later, I meant to say, NEC just pops in on Discord. It's like, Bud, we're gonna need you to go ahead and leave your shirt on if you don't mind. I'm like, okay, dude. And that's the whole story. That's the whole fucking story. My shirt stayed on.
I mean, technically, you could take your shirt off as long as your nipples are covered. As long as you don't show nipples, you would not
I
have
would
gotten
have
trouble.
laughed
Even if
he
you
had tape on
identify as
under that shirt.
male,
Yeah, you can't show it. You can't show nipples.
Well, I
Doesn't
certainly
matter
do.
if it's
You
male or
can't show
female.
nipples.
That's how the body painters get away with it, I think, right?
Yeah, they
Yep.
cover up the nipples
Yeah,
with
that's how.
tassels and stuff like that.
But
I am what I am, and I identify as what I am, and they won't let me take my shirt off.
You should have just put duct tape over your nipples and then took
That's
your shirt
if
off.
he had done that, I'd
no.
fucking been done.
You know
I would've
he's a
walked
fucking
out.
hairy man, or rip off duct tape off his chest. You know that shit.
Oh,
Look, he's ready. He's got it at the hand.
Just no.
who wants
Oh,
to donate $100 now?
See, I met oh god.
Jeez.
I felt the pain just hearing that.
Right.
Hey,
Same as
Yes,
blood.
but it's okay. I know that Ryan is probably watching. He heard that duct tape and he got turned on. I
Oh, sure he
guarantee.
did.
No,
Sure he
no
did.
doubt.
Oh, don't even get started on
Ryan's
that.
here.
We could have like a whole other segue.
I could see him
about
out of the
live
corner of my
right
eye.
there.
Ryan
Just
wants,
here.
Ryan
Yeah.
wants to put pants off, not his shirt off. That's the difference with Ryan.
Well, I'm definitely wearing pants.
Well, I can't
What the
Calm
hell
down,
were those?
Ryan.
What were
The
those?
pants are still on.
Got my PJ bottoms on.
I was
As
gonna
always.
say those look like some freaking PJ.
I always
Yeah.
wear PJ bottoms. What are you talking about, man? PJ bottoms are where
I'm
it's at.
shorts. You couldn't tell that
I was just like those
I don't
were
wear pants on
Well,
the thing.
I'm always in either PJ bottoms or cargo shorts. Unless I have to get out of the house, and then I'll put on some jeans. But if I'm in the house, it's shorts, cargo shorts, or PJ bottoms.
Dude, sweatpants are so nice now, you don't even have to put jeans on anymore. Just wear sweatpants.
There you go.
Well, geez, I've been
our
naked from the
business
waist
is
down
waist
every
high.
stream we've ever done.
Well, that's okay. That's what we expect.
You get up to pee too much to have no pants on, Paul.
I mean,
He's saving up his payout for
I don't
a
think you've-
catheter.
Look, I have to pee all the time. I'm not. That's why I wear pants.
yeah, I know. That's what I meant. Like, you literally, you just
That's
came back.
why-
Okay, guys, I have to go to the bathroom again.
Mom, bathroom, bathroom.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, I'm just waiting for the next Twitch payout, and then I'm just getting a bucket.
Look,
That way I don't have to get up.
Lauren
Home
bought me.
Depot and order tape.
Yeah, there you go.
There's your bucket.
Look, I'm serious, bud. Lauren bought me freaking a onesie thing that has a butt flap. So I'm ready to go. I'm fucking ready to go.
Get a bucket.
Did
All
she
right,
did
we
she
ready?
did she get it
I'm
from
done.
did she get it from Laid Back with
I'm
the
done.
Beers merch store?
All right.
I don't know where she got it from, but
You got to have the
it was
flap for the
hilarious.
easy access to the eating of the bootay.
It better have Pokemon ears.
Paul's done
I
a
did-
little 24-hour
It's
stream.
actually a Grinch one. It's actually a Grinch one.
Jesus.
It's a Grinch stole Christmas. It was our Christmas pajamas this year.
Mm,
Lovely.
beautiful.
All right, I'll steer this train back on the tracks. Frank, what is your favorite gaming system?
Man, that's tough.
You say
I
the
would-
wrong one, I'm banning you.
I would probably say the PS2.
All right.
Good choice. Good choice.
I mean, just from the PS2 years, man, I just had so much fun with that console. You had the introduction to like Devil May Cry. You had freaking games like that. Then you had FF10, the first Final Fantasy
Oh yeah,
game
dude.
on it. You know,
Mhm.
PS2 is by far my favorite console. Like
GTA
And the
3
newer-
and GTA Vice City.
the newer ones, but like if I was going old school, I'd probably say Super Nintendo.
Yes.
Nice.
Ooh,
I could definitely agree
Solid.
with that.
Totally
Excellent
solid.
system.
I agree with
I-
both. Those that's my first and second favorite system. SNES first, PS2 second.
Yeah, if I was picking, but PlayStation 2 has the best titles of all time on it. So PS2's got
had a
PS2
very
PS2 is a
eclectic
power.
It
as a
has,
powerhouse.
I think I read somewhere it has over 4,000 titles total.
That doesn't
it's
surprise
crazy.
me.
To the
Yeah,
PlayStation
wow,
2.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's like 4,000 titles. No
Yeah.
console has even made that. I think the
No.
next one is like 3, and it may be another PlayStation console if I'm right. I
Probably.
could be
Is
wrong.
Probably,
the
yeah,
fucking
yeah.
4.
No,
Can you
I
count
think
like remasters? Like, can
I
you
think
count?
it's actually the one.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's the one that may be next in line.
I believe that. I believe that.
With all the RPGs and shit, I do believe that.
I mean,
yeah.
but the thing about the PS2 is that it just came on for so many years. I mean,
Yeah.
from like the beginning of 2000 to like 2006 or so.
Yeah,
I mean, it was just a
definitely-
lot of good years.
Definitely,
Its
biggest
NES,
rivalry
was
Sony's
actually
best
NES
console.
probably has a lot of titles as well. The NES could be up there with the
Oh yeah,
PS2.
yeah.
and
Yes.
the SNES. The SNES had some longevity to it, and
Yeah.
plus they had so many different series that went pretty damn deep.
Yeah.
That SNES had a damn beefy library.
To me, Sony
Absolutely.
and Nintendo are alike in this one regard. Well, in some other regards, but in this one regard, and is that their second console was my favorite of their consoles. Super Nintendo, my favorite. Nintendo, PS2, my favorite PlayStation.
Yep.
Hands down. Final answer.
Hands down.
Yep.
Yep.
Okay.
And I was an Xbox guy. I bought an Xbox
Yeah.
and played the shit out of that. But man, when I got that PlayStation 2, first thing I bought was Final
Sega
Fantasy
2.
X.
Sega 2. I'd say Genesis was their best console. So.
It's funny because
absolutely.
I took a long break from gaming, like in my high school years, like late middle school into high school, and it was after high school that I got a PlayStation 2. And it was already been out, it had already done its thing, and the first game I bought was FFX. And I swear to God, and I relate this, it's like giving a drug addict a fucking some drugs. We can get real specific if we wanted to, but it was like someone who was finally sober from all of it. Yeah, and I lost myself in it. I just lost myself in it.
I want to put that on a T-shirt. It's like giving a drug addict
drugs.
Drugs.
I was trying to be PC.
Yeah.
I usually say it's like giving a heroin needle to an addict.
That PC bullshit. Get that out of here. You give some drugs, give some heroin.
I was really like growing up because I got to sample like a lot of the consoles. I had an NES, an Atari, I had a Super Nintendo, I had a Sega, I had an N64, a PS1, a PS2, a freaking Sega Dreamcast. So I got to try a lot of the consoles.
Yeah.
You know, just through my childhood and stuff. So I got to see a lot. But like I said, the PS2 had the most games, and it just that's the one that clicks the most. Like if I could hook up a console right now and play its library, I'd want the PS2.
It did seem never ending.
Good
it felt
choice.
like every time I could go to GameStop, I could find any title of any genre that I wanted for my PlayStation 2 and be like, well, I've never played this before.
Yeah.
I mean, if you think about it, the system came out in like 2000, 2001. They were still releasing games for the PS2 until like 2006, 07 or stuff before the PS3 came out.
I think I was 15. I was 15 when the PS2 came out, I think.
15.
Yeah, it was early 2000s. I think it was 2000, but it might have been 2001.
They released PlayStation 2 had games out until 2013.
Yeah. Wow, dude.
I think FIFA was the last game ever made for the PlayStation 2.
Yeah.
It looks like, upon further research, if we're just talking about straight PS2 titles, 1,850 games, no variants included, no remakes like as Tardax. The NES has 706 games made for it. 715
what
total,
about the
I guess.
SNES?
The SNES,
Yeah, SNES.
721.
Really?
Wow.
I thought it'd been more than that.
I'm surprised.
The SNES's library was smaller because that's when the Sega came out, and you had half the games going to Sega, half the games going to Super Nintendo.
True.
There were a lot of cross-platform.
The library got smaller for Nintendo.
Yeah,
I got you.
Sega back in the day, they were pumping out a lot of games in that
They were trying to compete with fucking years and years of Nintendo.
Dominance, right? Yeah.
But also, if you think about it, from when Sony entered the gaming market, they really took up a huge number of third-party developers over the years from the PS1 to the PS2 in that way. So the fact that the PS2 ended up really like gaining so much really is just an extension of how much Sony really did well during those years.
Yeah.
And that lead up about it.
Well, wasn't Sony supposed to be like, wasn't the PlayStation supposed to be like a Nintendo project, but Nintendo wouldn't sign off on it?
Yeah,
it was going to be a collaboration.
It was the Nintendo. It was the Nintendo PlayStation. Yeah, it was the Nintendo PlayStation. It was a disc
there, that's for sure.
Talk about dropping the ball.
Yeah.
You know what's funny about that story? The funny thing is that Nintendo, of course, turned it down. So Sony went on and did their PlayStation. We all know how that turned out. Nintendo decided to hook up a deal with Philips to work on their CD games. We all know where that went.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
You can see Paul loves that idea.
Yeah.
So
looks like his soul just died a little bit inside.
Yeah.
Is it beer number 6 or what Gall said? What is it, Paul? Is it beer number 6 or what Gall said?
4.
Number 4.
No, but honestly, the Philips CDI. Let me just get on my soapbox here for a quick moment.
Oh boy,
I had a
CDI.
neighbor. I had a neighbor who had a Philips CDI, and this kid was
Wasn't that
very
shit like
much
$600?
Look at my mom and dad got for me. Did they get this for you yet? Oh, fucker. And I went over there. And he's like, well, let's play it. I can't remember what piece of shit. It wasn't like the Zelda games. It wasn't those things, but it was something
kind
else.
of FMV
and
game.
I was like, okay, we'll give it a shot, because we didn't have the internet, so we didn't really have all the opinions and all the visual of what it turned out to be. It was just a new console. Right. I sit down, I start playing this game, and I'm maybe a minute or two into this, and I just straight up looked at him and said, this is garbage. This is garbage.
It's horrible.
I would rather play those little Game & Watch games or,
Tiger Games, baby.
Tiger Games.
The little
Yeah.
handheld things like
Yeah.
the Street Fighter, the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah.
the-
Exactly.
Plus, that fucking thing was like $600 or some stupid shit. It was really
Yeah, it was
expensive.
expensive.
It was
It was
stupid.
really
But
bad.
this kid just
Thought he was
I
the
He
shot
just
shit.
flexing, huh?
TDI.
Oh Lord.
He also had a TurboGrafx 16.
Now that I would have liked to have.
Yeah, see,
You know,
I would
one
have
of my-
been all about a
Over the
TurboGrafx.
CDI.
CDI
One of my-
can burn, but I wouldn't mind having a TurboGrafx.
What?
One of my favorite,
Go ahead, Dark. My bad.
one of my favorite all-time consoles, and you'd be surprised, it's from Sega. I owned a Sega Genesis growing up. It was actually one of my first owned consoles. But one of my favorite consoles to this day, besides PS2, that we all know that, the Sega Dreamcast.
Yeah,
The
That's
Sega
a
Dreamcast.
lot of-
It's
it's underrated. It's an underrated console.
Dude,
I
It
would
is.
They could-
love to have a Dreamcast.
The Dreamcast is underrated. No, okay, so check this out. They had a different CD format, which is why it took a while for it to crack, because you had a different format. So you couldn't just go take a CDR
Mhm.
and burn it, and then that's it.
Yeah.
You actually have to have a special burner in order to do it.
Oh, look at him.
Oh,
Look at
flex.
Chardy.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Is that
Hold
your
on.
original?
Hold on. If we're
heavy
gonna
as
flex,
fuck.
I'm gonna flex. All right. Hold on.
Oh, so it's got the system in it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So,
Games,
Yeah.
too.
Jeez.
so does mine.
I don't have a Genesis. Yeah.
If we're gonna flex, I'll
Ah!
flex too. All right. All right. If we're gonna play flexing,
Flex.
This thing was a pile of shit.
I don't have the box. I just have but you know.
I can't believe my parents kept this fucking.
I got the OG console. I got the NES.
There you go.
They're-
NES,
You know what?
GameCube, and PS1.
Oh, look at it. There it is.
Nice.
Nice.
All right, hold on. Since we bragging and whatnot. Hold on. You gotta bragging.
oh, look at the X-Men game. Nice.
Hold on.
What's that? Oh,
Fantasia.
Fantasia.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've even got the
Motherfuckers, keep one-upping me.
You guys,
There you go.
don't?
I already
There's
showed
all
it,
the
but I'm going to
freaking
show
NES
it
cards.
again.
Oh, Jesus.
Let's
Can't
get
believe
busy.
I bought that.
All right, hold on. Are we
Everybody's got
really
the
gonna start
64.
pulling out consoles? Fuck it.
Hey,
Hey, clean off your 64, man.
My
Come on.
my PS3's in the
Here's
other
my-
room, so
here's
I
my
can get it.
NES. It's just sitting out of the box.
Listen, all you motherfuckers got consoles. This is like all I got. So give me this, okay?
no.
Jesus.
Yes, I'm
See-
like grabbing it.
But I can do
Welcome to
one
the Frank
thing.
Flex episode.
I can do one thing and make one person on this podcast really pissed.
Oh God,
Oh,
Bud.
that doesn't
Bud.
piss me off. I
Bud.
want one, but it doesn't piss me off that you have that. I like that's a
Oh
beautiful
god, that
guitar.
looks awesome.
Yes, it does.
That's a Paul Reed Smith. That's a beautiful guitar.
This actually brings up a kind of a cool follow-up question I thought of. We all have those games that we like to play, but then there's that like high echelon or maybe special echelon of games that are like the comfort food games, ones that we go back to again and again and again. Frank, for you, what are those games that you just go, oh, I had a crap day. I need to go play those games. I will feel better.
I think those are the two right
Battletoads
there.
and Ninja Gaiden?
Ninja Gaiden and Battletoads.
Two of my favorite games of all time, right?
Very nice. Very nice.
And
He's got
not
cards
and
too.
also
Ninja
not
Gaiden would be
easy
mine.
games. Those games can be so quick to bust out the rage and the salt. So I'm kind of surprised. And actually
not.
I admire and respect that because it's not like you're picking none of us are going to like a game that is brutally freaking easy. But those games are notoriously hard. Why do those give you comfort even though those could be some brutal games?
I can beat both games deathless. That's why.
And because he's a madman.
Because he's really
Arrogant
good.
motherfucker.
He's a
Really
madman.
good at 'em.
I can beat both of them game. Well, and of course, Mike Tyson Punch Out and Super Punch Out as well
games.
are two of my favorite games as well. Like I've said this story 1,000 times. Like I had double pneumonia for Christmas one year when I was like, I think I was like 7 or 8.
Worst
And-
gift ever.
Yes.
And my dad he literally brought me a gift in the hospital every single day, and he brought me Super Punch Out. And the nurses let me hook my Super Nintendo up in the room, so I was
That's
playing
awesome.
freaking Super Punch Out in the, my hospital room when I got Super. So that will always
Nice.
be in my top 5.
Last
You
act
told,
Yeah.
you told that
Right
story
there.
on the
Last
RA
act on the
podcast. I
nurses.
remember that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's
speak.
funny because
Go ahead, Dark.
Okay, that's funny because when Frank said, he got asthma and then double pneumonia, I know Bud has asthma and so do I. Pretty sure we all had our fair shares of steroids, inhalers, and nebulizers.
Oh yeah, I've had lots of emergency room visits. Yeah.
Yep, I got mine.
Always right next to me.
Inhalers all right here and shit.
I got bottles of steroids up there.
This is the weirdest flex ever that we're showing our inhalers.
That is a weird flex.
Pick up my albuterol, bitches.
Right, I get the fucking real ones now. I don't need to breathe no more.
Here's my breathing treatment medicine. What up?
All right.
I'm going above the inhaler.
No, I have the
fucking
most
artist
asthma.
like-
No,
Yeah,
I have the
we're
most
just-
asthma.
I'm just gonna breathe air. It's cool.
Shut up, Charles.
Shut up.
You're lucky that you can always breathe air.
But it reminds
Some
me
of us were
of
actually athletes in school.
it's funny that we all had similar experiences. Yeah,
I could've
it's
wasted.
funny, because I was an athlete too. I
too.
actually did boxing, Muay Thai, football, and I did very little track. But those are my main three that
I played football, basketball, and baseball.
Right. So
Started
I was about to
started
say-
on
basketball,
all three
baseball.
teams. Started on all three teams my whole career.
nice.
Baseball
Wow.
and swimming. Swimming, the one sport where you actually are prohibited from breathing. There you go.
Right.
Dude,
I
swimming
didn't-
sucks. Swimming is literally the hardest on my lungs, and I'm not
Yeah.
kidding. Like I remember
Yeah,
going to
it's
Coney
tough
Island
on
one
everything.
time, and they have a little island in the middle of it. I thought I was going to die in the middle of the island. I was
no.
like, you might have to go get a lifeguard. I'm about to
Oh,
pass
wow.
out.
So all
Well,
this
swimming-
all this sports talk, and I will say this: I didn't play sports, but if smoking weed was a sport, I would have been Jordan.
Pro.
That,
weed,
John,
man.
John Pro.
I'm the
Blood
Jordan of
double
smoking
lettered
weed.
in ganja.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
right, exactly.
Believe it or not,
MVP,
though,
motherfuckers.
If we're talking about asthma or actually breathing in general, swimming is actually the best exercise for asthmatics.
Yeah,
It's-
It's full
helps
body,
your
right?
lungs.
It's like a full
Yeah,
body
it-
workout.
Oddly,
it actually helps you
smoking
breathe a
weed
lot better.
not so good for asthma.
No, but
Neither
it
is
does-
drinking. Drinking's not good for your lungs either.
no, it's
supposedly.
not. But swimming does help our lungs dramatically. It actually can help us prevent an asthma attack if
Oh,
we
sure.
swim a lot.
Yeah.
But it reminds me of a story, and it's kind of funny that we had similar experiences with Pulse. I was in the hospital too. I had a severe asthma attack. Couldn't breathe. They didn't intubate me yet, but they were on the way to. But I sat there, they said, you want to keep giving it a try? Give it a try. So I did. And I was in there for days. It felt like a month. It wasn't that long, but it felt like it.
Yeah.
But I remember sitting there with my PlayStation 2. No, my mother had brought up my PlayStation 2. The nurse was real nice about it. She brought in a TV. Of course, back then it was still old CRTs. So she brought in the TV, and my mother brought in my PlayStation. Dude, I'm sitting there playing the fuck out of. I was playing Starship 3. I was playing the fuck out of Starship 3. I couldn't play shit else. But I told you I'm a big JRPG fan. But I sat there and played the fuck out of Starship 3 in the hospital. Dude, I was just sitting there like, wasn't eating shit because I didn't want to eat. I was pissed off. I wanted to leave. I didn't want to sit there. But I ain't gonna lie, that was probably like one of the best gaming experiences ever. You're halfway on your deathbed, can hardly breathe, but you're playing some games and the nurses are hella nice to you. You're a kid. You get to play it. So I can feel what Pulse was saying when he said that.
Yeah.
Sitting there playing Super Punch Out and stuff while he's in hospital and shit. It's kind of weird. That's one of your best experiences because you're near death, but you're also having. It sounds fucked up, but
It makes sense.
I get it though. I totally get
Nurses
it
are
because
awesome.
it's a gaming memory, but it's also you were having some bad. You're in the hospital, so you're having a bad time, but that's something good that you can take from it.
Right.
So it kind of skews the bad experience towards the good. So.
yeah,
Well, I can definitely see
Ratatouille
why that's a
first
good memory.
bite mentality that that first bite that Ego takes. I know he reminds him of as a kid. He crashed his bike. He's all bruised up, and his mom makes him something that comforts him. So it wasn't just the good thing.
Yeah.
It was the good thing in the midst of something really, really bad that elevates that even
That elevates it, yeah, and it makes perfect sense, especially from an evolutionary standpoint, because when you have all that negative, you got to have something to latch onto.
Yep.
And when you do have something like that, and especially when it's a memory like that you can carry over and tell a story about later, it does make the bad memory a good memory, and it's really one of those cool quirks about our evolution that's really, I think, a good thing, and it's really awesome. Makes for awesome stories. So
that
back
makes sense.
to it does make a lot of sense.
Hold on, but I'm sorry. I don't mean to.
Oh no, go
step on
ahead.
your toes.
Go ahead. I've been talking
I want
a
to
lot.
relate. I want to relate here for a minute.
Yeah, do it.
It makes sense. when I got my PlayStation 2, I was getting ready to move away from everything that I knew. Was literally leaving my parents' house that I had never left before at 18, 19 years old to move to Germany, a foreign country, with nobody but my ex at the time. So I played Final Fantasy X because it was the first one that I had gotten with that game, and that got me through like the transition of leaving everything I know.
Mm-hmm.
And when I got there, then I started playing it there, and it was still something that I kind of could connect, back with my home, so to speak. So, and it kind of helped me adjust to the new living situation because I had something familiar to bring with me. And it's the same thing, I guess, to be in the hospital, to have something familiar while you're dealing with. So, I mean, it's not like your deathbed type stuff, but it's still
it's same thing.
Yeah.
Same
a
thing.
very uncomfortable location, foreign country. I don't know what the fuck I don't know German to save my ass. Still don't know German to save my ass.
Mm-hmm.
But it's nice to bring like a chunk of something with you so that you have that to lean on.
So I have
guess
something
that's
to
what
add to
gaming
this.
is
It's a polarizing moment in your life.
Yeah.
So I have a story we can relate with too, because a lot of people don't know this because I don't talk about it very much. But I went through about a year, maybe a year and a half of my life where I was technically homeless. I wasn't really homeless. I was kind of a couch surfer. But I had a Super Nintendo that I carried with me. And, I was at a low point in my life, right? And I was depressed a lot. But luckily I had good friends that I could, kind of, when I was in this hard time, I could couch surf with. But anyway, I had a Super Nintendo I could carry with me. And the game I had that I carried with me that I played throughout that experiences was my favorite game of all time, which is Chrono Trigger. And this may be even a reason why it's my favorite game. It's because I was playing it at such a low point in my life when I was at a point where I just felt completely worthless. Otherwise, I just thought, this is it. This is going to be the rest of my life. I'm never going to make anything of myself. But I did have something to latch onto, and that was that game. And that game has stuck with me for my entire life, and I will spend the rest of my days loving that game. I don't know if it's because of that or because of how good the game it is, or if it's both, but that story does, kind of help solidify that as a memory, and it has really stuck with me. So yeah, low points in your life, or when you're having tragedy, and you have a highlight of that, or a silver lining, or whatever you want to call that, can really make that stick out in your memory, and it's really a wonderful thing that helps you cope with a bad situation, I think.
So if you motherfuckers just say that video games aren't worth the time and effort,
can
you
suck
go blow
my dick.
yourselves.
Exactly. Tell them.
I personally
mine's really quick. Mine was the same thing. Moved from Wisconsin to California. Didn't have friends when I first came out here, and just because the school year hadn't started yet, and so I had a couple months of just like, what the fuck do I do? But my mom let me buy a game, at Toys R Us. Rest in peace, Toys R Us.
Yeah, for real.
But I grabbed this game because my mom didn't want me to grab anything that was not, anything that was too violent.
Right.
But it looked interesting. It's a platformer called the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles on the NES.
Yeah, I've heard of it. I haven't played it, but I know about the game. Yeah.
And it's a good platformer.
I'm sure.
5-star? No, but it's good. But that thing got me through that summer before school started, and I got to make friends. But I still go back to that game again and again and again. It's comfort food. It's macaroni
memories.
And cheese. Yeah. It is awesome, and I
That's
still
a good
go back to it.
Comfort
it's
food. I like that.
It's a good memory from a bad episode in your life, and comfort food is a perfect analogy. I like that.
I like comfort food.
Yeah, I like comfort food too.
So, Dark, go ahead, man, because you were going to say something before I cut you off because I'm a jerk.
Gaul was talking too. I'll go after Gaul.
I've talked about in the podcast when I was here. I talked about how Final Fantasy VI was, that game during that time.
Yes.
Again, as we were talking about those times in our lives where things were really difficult and things were really, a headwind in the family and so forth, that exactly the way that story resonated with me was because in that case, the characters were going through their struggles of saving the world and losing everybody that they had ever known, loved, and everything along those lines, and how they were able to find the strength to carry forward and do the things that they needed to do to, you know, beat down Kefka and everything he represented. That was very much something that provided solace in my life for those kind of things. And that's why I said, and I know it sounds, I guess, silly a little bit, but that's why the ending to that game resonates so much to me, and why every time I see the credits and I hear Uematsu's music, which to me, the final theme during the credits, when they're showing everything about it. I mean, it's 16-bit. It's showing, you know, the water. It's showing, you know, everything about it and all that. And yet it just speaks to me. It just hits home that feeling of freedom, of just peace, of being released from that tension and everything about what it is. I'll never forget that kind of experience. And that's why, to me, whenever I see 6, it's like it's like that kind of bond. In a way that just tells you that video games can be just so much more than just the game that you're playing. It leaves you with something.
Well, plus you're dropping a name right there, Nobuo Uematsu.
Nobuo Uematsu, he's my favorite composer.
Has figured out how to pull the heartstrings like almost no other video game composer has ever been able to do.
And that's the thing
Bar
about
none. Fight me.
And that's the thing about video games that's unlike any other entertainment
I agree.
medium. It's you not only do you experience the memories, like, and a movie is passive, right? And you can have memories of a movie, and that's fine. But the memories you have of a video game where you actually get to participate in the story, even if it's already a predefined story, but you actually feel like you are in the story yourself and you're participating. You get to be one of the characters. That brings it at a level that no other medium can. It's just that. It's just that integral to us as people to be able to experience that, and it really imprints on us, unlike any other medium. And
but you're doing it.
Exactly.
Like you said,
you're
movies you watch.
You are the hero.
You're watching whatever. You're doing it, Peter.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
No, but seriously, you're fucking playing the story out in front of you. You're not watching someone else do it. You're doing it. And it just connects better than any movie that I could possibly watch.
And then
I love movies, but yeah.
Then not to mention that, like I think it was shit. I'm having a mind blank.
It's all right, man.
And he's the one who's not drinking.
Yeah,
no, right.
You better get a beer, Captain Dark. Get a beer.
I had some, I would. But y'all mentioned, you know, when you can just kind of reach your lowest points. I think everybody actually said that here. When you reach your lowest points and you can relate to video game characters, really sets out a course for your life. And this is not a narc on anybody's age here, but as things started to change from boomers to Gen X to millennials to Gen Z to whatever the hell's next, we started to see more and more
Spaceman.
People started to see more and more how people started to see more and more how video games can actually help people cope. My coping mechanism, actually, I have severe ADHD, which is why I had a mind blank. The way my mama got me to get calm, to sit down, to listen, to focus, was video games. She got me my first console, which I said was the Sega Genesis. That was the one I played. That's what got my attention. After that, she used that as a tool, not a weapon, but as a tool to get me to do what was needed in life so I can go forward, to cope essentially with life. Because she understood that life was changing. Obviously, I wouldn't have understood that at that age, you know. But she understood life is changing, life is evolving, and there's no telling how things are going to end up. And nobody can read the future, nobody can tell. Only thing we know is taxes and death.
Right.
That's it. So,
I love that. I love
God,
that
there's
phrase.
so much painful truth to that.
Yeah, it's so true.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's, you know, that's really all we know is taxation. We know we're going to get taxed to death. That's about it.
I like that.
But at our lowest points, it's nice to see that all of us in this podcast and people in chat, the mods, all have a story to tell that incorporates video games as being a gateway into helping them cope with life. And part of the reason why we're all still here, because I think we know about a lot of the stuff that's going on in the world, but really put us down. And it's nice to see we can go, you know, we can grab our little stream decks, click our mouses, pull up OBS or Streamlabs OBS, pop in the game and say, hey, let's chat. Let's relive some memories. Let's have some fun. You got,
fuck yeah.
I'm sitting here watching, even though I'm giving Charge shit. I always give Charge shit about Final Fantasy. Final Fantasy is a great fucking
That's
series.
our thing.
I played Final Fantasy before I ever.
Flip it now. Flip it.
Clip it.
Final Fantasy. Oh, this ain't over.
Redemption.
Oh no, this ain't over. But Final Fantasy,
But-
seriously, Final Fantasy X is the first game that I ever played, and not first game I ever played, but first Final Fantasy I ever played that really tugged at some heartstrings. I was playing Star Ocean 2, and don't get me wrong, I enjoyed
love
more
Star
of the combat aspect as my age at the time was more into action. So I was going around just beating enemies' asses. That was it. But Final Fantasy X, since I was older at that point, I was able to pay it. No.
Wow.
I'll
give it to you.
no.
You got him this time. Got it this time.
Captain
Hell
Dark,
no.
Star Ocean 2 is got to be in the top 10 best RPGs of all time.
Fuck
Star
that.
Ocean 2 is awesome.
Star Ocean
He's
2
watching now. It's not.
Oh
it's
yeah, I
fun.
know better now.
You can't slide by it this time.
He's learning.
Wow.
Star Ocean
This
2
is
is amazing.
learning.
We now have a running gag with this.
Right.
This is fantastic. I'm so fucking happy right now.
But see, Star Ocean, as Frank said,
Oh, this
Star
is
Ocean
fun.
2 is an
I love
amazing
this.
JRPG. Actually, it's the first JRPG I ever played. But it's one, like I said, that tugged at my heartstrings that kind of got me through a lot was Final Fantasy X. And I beat that game. So I remember beating that game so many times. Now, back on the original PS2 version, we all had this chat at Discord. That you didn't have the Dark Aeons if you were in
Right.
the US, in
Yeah.
the Western market. You didn't have the
Right.
Dark
It was all
Aeons. You didn't
European,
have
I think.
and it's yeah, you
It just
didn't
was
have
the international version that had
it was just the
Yeah.
international version. You didn't have the international spear grid. You didn't have penance. You didn't have none of that shit.
Right.
We just had a game.
a storyline.
Final
That's all you
Fantasy
had was a storyline. You didn't have no
Yeah.
in-game, after-game content. Yeah.
No, that was it. I mean, you had. Well, I guess you had the
Monster Arena.
capture.
Right.
Yeah,
You had the
yeah.
monster
Yeah.
capture, and then you had
Nemesis
you
was
know,
in there,
stuff- yeah, Nemesis or Omega
Yep.
weapon,
And Omega. Yeah.
Omega weapon. You had those, but you didn't have the hardest boss in the fucking damn near in the fucking JRPG.
Yeah, you didn't have
just
you
witnessed
have
today with
of
Shiva.
the Final Fantasy series and Penance. That yeah.
Yeah.
Now,
Penance
as
has
an
got to be fucked up.
outsider to Final Fantasy X, because I never owned a PS2, what's harder, Penance or Ozma?
Penance.
Oh, Penance. Ozma's a
down
baby
Penance.
boss.
Yeah.
Ozma's pretty hard. But
Well,
Penance,
Ozma is a baby
Ozma-
boss. compared to Penance.
Ozma's a grind. It's a grind, but Penance requires so much extra shit on top of the grind to get to it, and the stuff in front of it is
yeah.
fucking hard. Then you get to it, and it's fucking harder. So
Okay,
you're like,
anything,
I just
Paul.
did all this shit. I'm good. If you beat Anima, Dark Anima, you're like, dude, I'm ready to go. You get the Penance, and he wipes your face on the ground for 40
okay.
fucking minutes.
Look, there are two other Final Fantasy games that have super bosses that almost. Final Fantasy 12 has some
Mhm.
super bosses that are
Tiamat
incredibly
or
hard.
Yasmat.
Like,
Yasmat.
fucking incredibly hard. And Final Fantasy 5 has a super boss that's really hard.
I
Interesting.
mean, to answer your question,
Omega?
Paul,
Or Shinryu.
Ozma
Shinryu.
has like, Ozma has like 65,000 HP or something like that. I mean, not only was Chard saying exactly what you have to do to get there, which is a grinding process in itself,
Yeah.
but Penance also has 12 million HP.
Yeah,
It is,
12
it is a
million.
I'm gonna
long
shut the
fight
fuck up
at
right now.
fully
Wow.
leveled
I
up
mean,
I mean,
characters.
it's a lot of
you don't even want
time
to
about time you have to get it. So, yeah.
Dang.
You don't want to get started on the boss
Well-
on Final Fantasy 12. There is a boss on Final Fantasy 12, and I know in the
Yeah,
original version,
Yasmat.
I can't remember.
Yes,
I
Matt.
can't. Yeah, okay. Is that the one with like a
It-
whole? It's like some million XP or
Yeah.
It's
health?
like
Yeah,
an hour and
you
30
can't.
minutes.
You only can do like 999 or
Yep.
9,999 damage, and it takes literal hours.
Days,
He heals
hours,
himself,
yeah.
too. He heals
Yes,
himself.
Matt's a bitch.
That's
I,
brutal.
I've never beaten
Yeah,
Yes,
that
Matt.
too.
I still haven't beaten him.
Super bosses, though. We're talking about super bosses. Let's talk about the Star Ocean series. We talk about fuck super bosses. Them sons of bitch. God
Here we
damn
go.
them. Gabriel Celeste and the Ethereal Queen. Fuck them. Especially Star Ocean 2. Because the Evil Queen, you got 3 super bosses in Star Ocean 2. And you have them in 3 as well. You got Gabriel Iglesia. Actually, you got 4 technically. You got Gabriel Iglesia. Not Iglesia. Iglesia, Gabriel. I forgot his name. But you got
You're probably going to piss.
You got to pee?
No,
yeah,
I'm saying
probably.
Frank probably went to piss.
but you got that one, which is the super boss for the first dungeon. You got the Ethereal Queen, which is the super boss for the second dungeon. You get the Silver Trumpet, which is one of the main character's favorite instrument that you can use to learn this thing, this tune, this song. that you play. You play the song, you get out the menu, and you get in a battle with the evil ethereal queen, which is harder than the first version of the ethereal queen.
Of course it is.
Yeah, not to mention, now we got the boss of the game. You got the normal boss of the game, then you got the unlocked boss. The unlocked boss. The actual end boss of the game has an unlocked version. You think you go through the boss, you beat the game. All right, whatever. You go through, it has a new game plus, which is the ethereal queen and Gabriel. But if you play your sequence right at the beginning of this one, you can unlock the limiter for the actual final boss of the game, which he's way harder. And that's the same with Star Ocean 3, where you can fight. You got 3 super bosses. You got
I shake my head because I'm doing this on Final Fantasy X, but this just sounds like a nightmare.
Yeah, dude, this is a nightmare. This is worse. This is so much worse. And then you got Gabriel, you got Ethereal, and Gabriel, because those are the main staples of Star Ocean. You got those 2 super bosses, but then you got.
Be right back.
Okay. Then you got Freya on Star Ocean 3, and she is a bitch.
I think Freya from fucking Dark Souls 3, and she's a bitch too.
Right.
Everyone named Freya is a bitch.
Fuck
Dude,
anybody named Freya.
Star Ocean 3 is a bitch. It took me 3 years after I had already beaten the game multiple times to finally beat Freya. I don't know what changed in me, but I remember fighting Freya. I just found my memory card one day from my old PS2 that I had that I don't have no more. But I found my memory card. I booted it up. I said, let me play Star Ocean 3. I booted it up. Okay. Go to Freya. I said, let me try Freya. Beat her first try. I said, fuck this. Oh, fuck this. I was so through. Super bosses are a pain in the ass, but they are rewarding to beat.
They are. Like
just to say to the Freya question, there is one Freya that isn't so bad though in Final Fantasy IX. Just want to put in there. There is one Freya out there that isn't.
She's an absolute monster though, if you equip her right. Like if you give her the Holy Land.
But at least she's helping you out.
Well, wait. Yeah.
Luna Freya in 15. Luna Freya isn't bad.
Yeah, Luna Freya. Yeah, true. But anyway, what are you saying, Frank? I didn't mean to. Sorry, I didn't mean to put you off.
I don't apologize to Frank. Fuck him.
Wow.
Well, you can tell. Hey, hold on. That bourbon's kicking in on Bud. You can tell he's got the Cobra. He's got the goddamn Cobra Kai shirt on. He thinks he's a badass.
There ain't no mercy in this Bud cave. There's no mercy in this Bud cave.
There's no mercy in this dojo.
To be fair, Frank was a dick to me at DGDS, so fuck that guy.
I was a dick.
Oh yeah, you were a dick.
Wow. This has been a fantastic episode of BCTV.
If I was Captain Dark, I apologize.
No.
This is my favorite episode yet. And that's saying a lot because every episode has been amazing.
Yes, it has.
Yeah, I know.
Let's get this back on track.
Yeah,
but what was Frank saying?
Fucking something off. I don't know.
Off track is where this podcast is going to be.
We're heading to New Mexico and we're in fucking New York. That's how on track we are.
That's right.
Turn at Albuquerque.
If we don't get it all in this time, I'm sure I'll be back.
No, you ain't ever coming back, motherfucker.
Frank's like, I want to
No, this is it. One and done. You're out. Done.
Damn.
Look, secret insight. Bud's already invited me back for another episode later on.
That's right.
Yeah, he's got to run it by the road.
I actually invited him to move in, but he declined. So whatever. Yeah.
This is not a dictatorship.
There's a little bit of bitterness here.
He wants again. He wants Traz over here.
No, this is not a dictatorship. I love all of you guys. But Frank, let's talk about RA, dude. What is your favorite badge so far that you've gotten on RA? Favorite badge and why?
All of them.
All of them.
All of them.
What is your favorite badge and why is it Panic Restaurant?
It's not Panic Restaurant. Hey, look. All right, I'm one of those rare RAers where I don't pick the games I badge. Okay, people pick the games I badge for me. Okay, and it's a very unique thing because.
Well, tell us about it.
Tell us about that. Yeah,
like Panic Restaurant. I never even seen the game before. Mm-hmm. I badged it in 2 streams.
It looks like a fun game. Yeah.
It was fun. It was fun, but it was just there was one hard achievement on it, and it was beat the second boss while being on the fork. And me and Sarkonia set my Discord for freaking 3.5 hours trying to figure out how to beat that fucking boss with the fork. But like Sark was even getting angry, and you know how good Sark is at games.
I can't even picture Sark getting angry.
Sark's like.
That is Sark's motif.
Yeah,
he's
I don't know,
angry.
bud.
That's
I don't know,
secret.
but during the Kawasi game, the Kawasi game a couple of nights ago, he during his birthday, I don't know. That one was he was getting kind of heated on that one.
Getting mad. He was.
He always seems so laid back when he's in my chat, though. But yeah.
Oh,
but I have two favorite badges to this point. Like Ninja Gaiden 1 was my first badge, so that's always gonna hit close to me. And then Gall says this all the time. Battletoads as well, just because Battletoads is really hard. But
that's a hard fuck.
Okay.
I know that one sticks very close to
Contra Hardcore, man. Like,
okay,
You were on that
Hardcore.
game for like 8 goddamn years.
Which one, Contra Hardcore?
Yeah, I like had children and sent them to college by the time
it has 36 of its 84 achievements is beating the game. I had to beat the game 36 times.
Yeah, I know.
36?
Yes.
I kept coming into
Different characters. That's almost as many dicks as got sucked on Clerks.
You have 4 characters, and there's 6 different endings to the game. So you had to do every character 6 times.
Frank, I got a question.
What's that?
In a row? Sorry.
How do you feel about Mission Impossible?
I don't think mine and Nelson Alex's friendship's been the same ever since he requested it. Dude. See, that's the problem with because I don't back down from a challenge. Alex is like, and what's funny is one of the devs on RA, Daniel ARP, or I think that's how he says his name. He came in. He actually speedruns Mission Impossible, and he was like trying to help me out and stuff through it. And I was getting angry, like there's so much frustrating shit.
Yeah,
it's so janky. Like if you ever played N64 or PlayStation 1 and you want freaking just jank out of this world, like for instance, I'm on this one snow level and a truck drives by.
Yep.
And you have to jump on it. I did that for like 3 hours straight, and then one time I just casually fell. And it's in the intro video that Ed made for me.
Yeah.
I jump on the fucking truck and I live. And I did the same thing for 3 hours. He just it just fucking worked. It's so inexplicable.
Is that where that clip was from?
Yeah.
What's that?
That's where that clip was from.
Yeah.
He was like, he said, I'm gonna die here. He just jumped.
You motherfuckers! One fucking
There's 40 people in my chat, and I told every single one of them that I hated them. I was like, I hate every fucking single one of you guys.
Oh, we lost.
Oh, what the hell happened to my thing? Oh no, hold on.
Yes.
It's our podcast now.
What happened?
Mutiny!
I mean,
oh, we lost Bud.
We lost. Hold on, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. I don't know what the hell happened here. No, we don't want to see my rope.
The stream is
Oh,
still
no,
on.
I love
This is
Riku.
what happens when Bud has 3 glasses of bourbon.
What the hell happened here?
Bud
He
took
did
off
say
his
he was
shirt.
lightweight. He admitted
Wait,
it.
this is
There we
this is
are.
our
There it is. He's
Here's
back.
our ad. That was our ad.
Now he's
segment.
frozen.
Roku.
but just to tell you
on
something.
that
I'm
shit.
good. We're good.
If you had
but
an
to tell you
apple
something
fire,
with,
you'd be fine.
But to say something about the Mission Impossible, he was the hardest achievement on that I saw Frank working on was Hawkeye, where he had to get Ethan on there and he had to kill everybody without like Ethan taking like any damage at all or something to that
Hardest
effect.
achievement I've done to this point. Hardest achievement I've done to this point.
It literally took several days for him to do it, and I remember he finally got it down where he knew exactly the movement of each character before they were going to shoot.
I'm
Keep
fixing
going,
it. I'm
Bud.
What
fixing
ended
it.
up happening?
Bud, what the shit are you doing?
Right.
Guys, hey, there's Alex. Don't talk shit about Mission Impossible. I'm glad you wasn't here for what I said before, Alex.
Yeah, no. But getting back to it, I wanted to get back to it. So eventually Ethan is right near the entrance to the train, and he's going back and forth all over the place. And Frank, just like me, literally shouting, "Ethan, get on the freaking train!" And he finally walked in.
Get on the fucking train. I didn't say.
And then he finally walked in, and the achievement popped, and he was just like, "Thank you, God!"
Hurt my knee.
He was the worst.
Look, I got so used to the patterns on this one achievement where I was shooting the people before they even pulled their gun out. Like it's such an RNG bullshit achievement that you have no control of. Like 3 people could walk up, all 3 of them have guns. 3 of them could walk up, only 1 of them have guns. I started taking chances, and eventually the chances worked out.
Hey, gotta take risks to succeed, right?
Yep. And
Absolutely.
Chart is the
Especially for that achievement.
Chart is the first one to slur his words. I heard it.
Yeah, it's true.
See, but I'm gonna say,
I
the
stole
takeaway from
my
this-
RA celebration from Frank, by the way, too. All of those celebrations of me walking off the stream and screaming loudly. That's all. I stole all that from Frank. I don't coin any of that.
Well, thank you.
I just want to give
Frank's
you the
a big
credit.
reason why I. Yeah, well, I mean, to get to your point, Chart, actually, Frank's a big reason why I picked up RA from being there, as he was going through, doing Super Metroid and Symphony of the Night and all that. That was a big reason that got me to be like, I could do this.
I have to remind people this isn't Frank's stream. You don't have to hold my hand the entire time.
Wow! There's only been a couple games. Okay? Hold on. There's only been 2 games that have been like that. All right, it's been.
Oh, where the fuck are you, man?
Symphony of the Night and Super Metroid. Okay,
Fair.
but hey, there are hard achievements on those games that I had to do with my skill level. Okay?
Yeah. Hey, you beat Ninja Gaiden and Battletoads and Bash and both. I will never have those. So you're good. You're
right.
safe.
Me too.
But I don't know how many times I've seen Gal's name flood my stream going, go right, go right, go right, go right, go right. I'm like,
I mean,
stream, man, I know where I'm going. And they go, sorry, I'm just used to
this. One of these days, we
did
have
say
to
it was
pay
going to be a
disability
mess.
insurance for Gall for the amount of headaches and aneurysms
yeah,
we
we
have
need to
given
get him
for
at
years.
least health insurance.
No. Y'all are.
Yeah.
Gall never shows up to my stream, so I'm not trying to hear that shit.
Oh, you're getting called out. Getting called.
Y'all are gonna have to pay for his health insurance.
Look,
Dark, you never come to my streams.
Well,
Yes, I do. I lurk a lot. I lurk a lot of yours. I was there
I know,
yesterday.
I
matter
know
of
you
fact.
all right.
I know you do.
Let's not stream shame here, okay, guys?
Stream
Let's keep
shame?
it together. Let's not
I
stream
don't
shame.
show up to poster streams that often.
Now, Frank,
All right,
I
but-
do have a question for Frank because he and I share a commonality in this, in that we are the 2 gentlemen in here who have children. What's it like streaming when, because we do something very similar, granted, slight differences, but the family is there, they're around. You're trying to do RA. You're trying to do some shit that's not easy. And you've got 3 adorable kids and a wonderful wife and a kitty and a dogger. What's it like with all of, you are not in a bud cave.
You're in hell.
I would say I've seen a couple of RA's finest in chat. You guys owe me some extra points. No, I'm just kidding.
Wow. He's not wrong.
Frank.
I'll tell you, I don't know how many times I've come into Frank's stream and been like, are there kids in my house?
I know, right?
Holy shit.
It's the
How
most
does he
beautiful
focus
chaos.
with that going
Look.
on in there?
I've just learned. Like, what's funny during the clip reel that Gall and Bud made of me, I did the Super Metroid escape under 1 minute. You'll hear me get up and scream, and Link's screaming with me, like at the same time.
That,
Yeah. Link's celebrating with me for getting it behind the green screen. It's hilarious. But I don't know. It makes it that much more enjoyable that I can celebrate with my kids, and
No,
Oh, sure.
your family's really invested in the stuff that you do too, and that's
Which is great.
just like Paul's. I mean, you guys, Paul's Family Games does this thing with his family, but I mean, you are Pulse XP, but you see all the kids come on and hang out. Lauren's always there, popping into everybody's chats and saying what up.
Yep.
She's cracking jokes. Calls, fucking Frank's a boob. The whole nine. Like, you guys are super. Like, this house, your house, not just you. Your house is very invested in what you're doing, and that is freaking awesome. I think that's really cool. And I've always thought that. I was just like, you can hear Lauren be like, I'm scooping the kids up because Frank's in a really tight spot in an RA something. And you can hear them kind of go away. And sometimes I hear, Link, stop. Stop.
I always hear Lauren
underneath the freaking desk.
Yeah, I always hear Lauren laying down the law. Like, I was there the other day, and she's like, I swear to God, I am going to fucking cut off the fucking Wi-Fi if you motherfuckers don't fucking calm down.
Yeah. Lauren she is a force to be reckoned with.
Yeah, I wouldn't piss off
She
Lauren.
pulled the 3-word mom phrase. There's the 3-word mom phrase. Dads use it too, but it is a mom phrase to me because it's what mom would say. There's no vulgarity to it, but when said with the right inflection, it's the words of fear.
The shit's about
knock
code.
it off.
Yeah.
Yeah, knock it off. Yeah.
I heard that and I just went.
I'll shout out Lauren. Like there's plenty of days I'll be sitting on the couch and she'll look at me and be like, "Go stream."
Yeah.
I'm like, "I don't want to stream today." She's like, "I don't care. Go stream." and that's why I stream as much as I do. Like,
right.
I'll be sitting there, the kids are settled down, and she'll look at me and be like, "Babe, go stream." And
that's what's up.
And you know, like that's why, you know, I give all the credit to her for real. Like, I wouldn't be where I am today on Twitch if it wasn't for her.
She mastered Tetris. Awesome. She mastered Tetris.
I love that she pops into like all of our chats. Like even she's not.
She loves
she just comes in randomly.
Yeah,
and
I love when Lauren
you may
shows
not
up.
even be in there, but I'll get fucking the Sons and the dancing guys, and I'm like, hey, Lauren's here, you know? Yeah. Every single time, I'm like, hey, fucking Lauren's here. You know, I think that's awesome. I love that. I absolutely love the support that she gives you as a family stream.
Yeah, she cares about you guys the same way. You know, like it just she's invested in my enjoyment on Twitch. You know, she's invested.
There they are.
There's the Sons.
That's how I know Lauren's here. I see the fucking Sons and the dancing guys.
I need to execute the master plan that I was talking about in Bud Stream earlier today about working with Lauren so that I will magically just show up in the middle of one of your streams, and all I'll do is I'll just live stream and say, hey, come check this out, Frank, and it's me driving away on your lawnmower.
Look, I'll hear the basement door open, and you'll have to get it out of my garage. And if I'm going downstairs with something, if somebody's taking my lawnmower, I like my new lawnmower.
Do you have a big
backyard?
Image
of Paul.
Because I've been to your house, and there's like there's like 2 feet of yard.
Look,
what are you mowing?
What
are you mowing
on the lawnmower?
Look, you no, running after grass in the backyard, bud.
Running dirty on a boombox.
I gotta cut this shit with something.
You can mow that shit with scissors, man. You just
you cannot cut it with scissors.
Okay,
and not to mention my grass in the front yard. Hey, but at least the hill in the front yard goes like this, okay?
Yeah.
So I gotta go down the hill with the lawnmower like da-da-da-da-da. Look, Bud's still mad because my dog barked at him the entire time.
He did bark at me.
Yeah, well, you know, he was like, look, there's this weird stoner outside my house right now.
I'm still mad as fuck at Bud because he was supposed to invite me when he was going to meet Trash and never did.
Wow.
It was
We're in the
last
same
minute.
We're in the same fucking state. No. You still could have said something. We're in the same state, not that far away, mind you.
Wow, Captain Dark, you were more than welcome to come to the house. You could have stayed the night.
Dude,
I flooded out. Trav will never let me live that
Captain
down.
Dark, Bud's wife straight was like, yeah, you can't stay the night. And Bud's like, okay, babe, I'm gonna. And Bud was like a lost puppy, leaving the bar. He was like, guys, I'm not allowed to come over.
I didn't say that shit. What are you talking about? That never happened.
That didn't happen.
Wow. This has been a great
Oh
episode.
man,
I'm scared of her. I can't.
I've been
help it.
loving this. My eyes are in tears right now.
Oh, I'm having
I
a
can't-
great
Since
time.
Bud has
It's
been in
great.
the presence of Frank, is he really as greasy as we say he is?
Greasier.
He can't hug him. He just like, I'll see you
Greasier.
next to you.
No,
You never
no.
going to catch
All right,
me.
let me put it this way. We went to Arcade Legacy. We went out and hang out. And he broke down at least 3 of the machines because it got gummed up with all the fucking grease coming off of his fingers.
Oh, he's a lying son of a bitch. Lying son of a bitch.
It's like,
Frank
and
is,
the owner's like, these things aren't designed for all this grease. They're made for a
the
certain level of
Kentucky
grease,
thing,
and
man.
this exceeds it.
Look, a story about Arcade Legacy, all right? There was 6 of us, including my oldest son. All 6 of us hopped on the original X-Men arcade.
Well, that was great.
And we're playing. All of us beat then Bud, and after we got done beating X-Men, all 6 of us, Bud and Trash went over and they started doing the Simpsons arcade.
Beat the shit out of the Simpsons game. Yep.
And then me, Scooty, Purse, and little Frank was having a Blitz tournament on the original Blitz arcade. So you could imagine how fun that shit was. Me and
great.
Scooty and Purse were like hitting chests and shit over there at the Blitz arcade, and it was dude,
the entire time.
Fucking Arcade Legacy it's about to reopen too. So
the entire time Traz and I were playing The Simpsons, he kept saying, "Well, NEC couldn't bait the Simpsons."
Look, any game that Traz ever beats, he has to throw in. NEC would beat it on easy.
Right.
Or it's pre-recorded.
I fucking love that dude.
Pre-recorded bullshit.
Traz is fucking the best. I need to get him on the podcast, but he won't return my calls. Traz.
Well, look, I mean, it's Traz. You know?
He's too busy out there dealing with those fishy cunts.
Traz is too busy being awesome. Exactly. That's all there is to it.
Well, right now he's
catch him during stream.
Right, I know.
Yeah. Or get me to contact him.
Oh, I'm just fucking. Look, dude, I DM'd him once and I haven't tried again. I'm giving Traz shit. I love that dude.
What, mate?
What, mate?
I'll talk to him. What? Look, I'm telling you guys.
He's going to slap me as hard as he slapped Pulse.
You guys are hearing it here. Next time Traz comes, I'm probably going to get slapped again, but so's he. I'm going to have a fucking thing on my stream deck where I can pop it every 10 seconds like he does.
As much shit as I've been giving him recently, he's going to be slapping me too. But you know what? I'm looking forward to it.
Dude, he has to get down on his knees to slap you, bud.
But you're not as big as I am. You might fuck out that damn Gary slaps you like he did.
I'm not, man. I'm a little dude, but I got a big fucking mouth. That's my problem.
For y'all, Bud is short for y'all who don't know. If you look at a picture next to Trash and Frank in there,
I need to find that picture.
He's a monster.
I'm
5'6".
I am 5'7", and Traz is 9 feet tall. So that's
huge.
Look, we've already planned it out, okay? I'm going to put Bud on my shoulders and let him slap Traz.
That's right, man. It's going to be like spring break, motherfuckers.
Oh,
Traz God.
This should be interesting.
I seen that picture, I was like, fuck.
Wow.
This is fun. I love this.
You know, this is the thing with Frank streams is, especially once he's gotten a couple of beers in him from that damn boot. This is the first time I've seen you not drinking from the boot, but from the bottle.
I haven't been doing the boot lately, and I don't know why.
I haven't seen the boot in a while. Yeah.
After he's gotten a couple of beers in him, it's like, well, I'll kick your ass, and then I'll kick your ass, and then I'll pick up a refrigerator and throw it out the front door.
I never had
no bell ring.
Look, I'll threaten to whip somebody's ass. I'm never threatening to throw out their refrigerator, okay?
You're fucking buying. Everybody's fucking buying.
Because most likely in their refrigerator, there's some beer in there for me to drink, so I ain't throwing that out.
And that's actually what is going to kind of segue into a thing that is a compliment I want to give Frank. Frank catches a whole lot of like fun, well-intended trolling. He's one of the best sports on Twitch.
Absolutely.
Yes.
That I've ever seen.
Absolutely.
You know, and with people just, having fun, shooting the shit, busting his chops. He is one of the best sports out there.
Frank's
but my
a bitch.
only true issue with Frank is, why the fuck would you eat a well-done steak, you son of a bitch?
Yeah, what's up with that?
Here we go.
Your ass off this podcast.
With ketchup.
Hey, look,
with
I'm
ketchup.
sorry. Okay,
Uprising.
I'm sorry. I like well done steak. Leave me alone.
It may be well done, but it's poorly eaten.
Right.
It might be, but I enjoy it. Okay.
What's up with the ketchup?
You just hear Lauren laugh in the background because you guys called me out for the well done steak.
I hear.
No, we already have.
I hear.
We already have a number of people in chat who are already like,
I see chat.
Unsub, unfollow.
Yep.
Right.
You are a monster.
I just lost my whole community. Thanks, guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't know, Frank.
Wow.
Secrets that need to be dug on shoes, and therefore this is something that you enjoy.
Look,
what the hell?
Look, we were actually having big discussions in my stream last night, and we were talking about our parents, correcting us. Okay. And my mom was really slow to the act, so I was talking about how she would hit me with a glass ashtray and stuff, like in the back and shit. Like people these days don't know what correction is till like I grew up in Louisiana, so correction down there was a different kind of correction.
You ain't lying.
well, yeah.
I grew up in Indiana with a dad who did not spare the rod, so to speak. So I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
For whatever reason, all my family members like to be Southern and shit.
Yeah.
I'm from California, and my family like the Southern accent as well.
Southern-
You can't get away from
I'm
that
from-
being
Outlier.
target
My
if you're
parents
being an
never laid a
asshole.
hand on
I'm
me.
from Southern Indiana, which is about like that far from Kentucky. So,
Yeah,
you know,
right.
I grew up with a
Because
Southern
that's
dad.
because you're a good
Yeah.
actor, Paul. Okay, you're a good actor, so of course your parents didn't whoop you.
To be damn.
Oh no, they didn't whoop. They
Damn.
used psychological punishment. It was like,
There
oh,
you
you
go.
did that? For the next 4 months, you are not watching TV.
There you go.
Yeah, fuck that.
Ooh.
I got
I-
okay. That ain't shit,
Really
Paul.
good, Mom. Throw it
I'm
in.
sorry, Paul, but
TV.
that's some pussy bullshit. I mean, fuck that, man. My dad, I got the belt on the ass, and I got my
Yeah, me
toy.
too.
My dad took every fucking toy that he bought me for Christmas when I would get, like, if I got one single D on my report card. Every fucking toy that he ever bought me for Christmas got put in a fucking closet. I got grounded from all my toys. I got the belt across the ass. No video games, no nothing. I couldn't even watch TV in the family room until I got another report card with nothing but anything above C's.
That's
All right.
Yeah, my parents were the same way. Just
Yeah.
take away the belt.
No, I got the belt
I
on top
will
of it.
up
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
I got 2 Fs on my progress report one time, okay?
Ooh.
And I played football at the time.
Yeah.
So I got my ass wore out by my dad and mom first. Then I go to football practice, and my coach is like, if you want to play in the game on Friday, you got to do a mile of bear crawls.
Ooh.
Ooh.
And I was like,
Oh my
okay.
God.
Dude, I've never puked so much after running a mile of bear crawls. In
All
my
right,
entire
Frank
life.
wins.
I wasn't
Even
and I was
the
not allowed to
wedding
drink
from a couple
water.
weeks
I
ago.
couldn't stop.
Frank
he's like,
wins.
you can fall down, but you got to get back up again, and you got to continue.
Yeah,
And by the time I was done with the mile of bear crawl, I got to play on Friday,
yeah.
but I was a changed person. I never got a bad grade in school
Yeah.
ever again.
That's cool,
Ever
man.
again.
Yeah.
that will definitely make
I'm
an
sure
impact.
that would change your mind real quick.
Yes.
Now, did you puke more then, or did you puke more after that wedding a couple of weeks ago?
I
at the
puked
open
more
bar?
at football practice. Like
Oh, I
I
bet.
puked a lot after that
Oh,
wedding.
I bet. Yeah.
But at
Oh,
football
damn.
practice, man, I was so damn sick. Like I remember getting out my buddy Chris's mom's car when they dropped me off after football practice and was hurling more. I'd never been so worked in my entire life. But I got to
Wow.
fucking play on Friday, damn it. I didn't have to
Good.
miss the
Yeah.
game. Ugh.
Well,
Army
Yeah, that
dad.
definitely takes the cake.
Yeah. You
That-
win.
that's
Boy,
really
yo,
rough.
we
win.
need some freaking feminine energy in this podcast. We are such a freaking sausage fest. We are so broy.
Yeah, I'm good with the bro stuff.
that's a weird question. You want
All
to?
right,
We got enough of that
you wanna
shit
get to
as
the,
is.
uh,
Yeah.
Should we get to the questions? We have
we got some.
We have a few questions in the chat here. I could
Yeah.
I
read
just
them
got
off if
one
you want.
question.
Go for it, gal. Go for it.
Yeah, hit it, gal.
Well, the first one this one's a little bit of a giggity question.
Yeah.
This one from the gaming chef.
Oh,
Why
boy.
can't Frank fuck off properly?
Inquiry
Am I-
minds.
am I-
want to know.
Am I supposed to answer that? Well, obviously I fucked off.
mean,
I think it's
listen,
rhetorical.
do it in your
I
best
got
way,
it.
Frank.
Look, I've at least fucked off right a couple times. I got 3 kids, all right? So
Yeah.
there we go. There we go.
Yeah, but
There's
Lauren
proof
was
of
saying
that.
earlier that she's sad she doesn't have a baby anymore.
She
because
was.
a
Yeah.
little older.
Well, that's not. We're done with having babies, so she's gonna have to get over that one.
Ah!
Get over it.
And
Get
the other
over it.
question, is from that Family Games own Nicole saying,
Oh.
"What got Frank into Twitch and RA?"
What got me into Twitch is I have a buddy named Murphy, and you guys know one of my good friends, Epic Empire Mark.
Mhm.
And like I have so many video games, like I have shelves full of them. And he was like, "Dude, you got like they were always told me like you got so many games. Why don't you just stream?" And I was like, I made a name on Twitch like a few months ago to like watch like Murphy and a couple other people, and then and then after that I took their advice. I started streaming. I started streaming actually on the Xbox One and PS4 before I bought a computer, and my buddy Mark built it for me, and here I have my stream set up now because of him. But yeah, that's how I got to streaming. RA was also Mark as well. Like he was playing one of the DS Castlevanias, and he told me about it. And then also, of course, one of my big inspirations for RA will always be Game Squad. I mean, there's not
Of course.
a single fucking
Yeah,
Right.
RA person.
the
that
hero
could-
of RA.
could go away from it. You know,
He's
Max
synonymous with RA, dude. Yeah, you can't think of RA
Yeah.
without thinking of Max.
I mean,
yeah.
If you have an inspiration for RA, of course, it's like him and Sarconius.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get a better dude.
You know, you were a big inspiration for me, Frank, to do RA.
Thank you.
Max too,
Honestly,
but you as well.
I can also say that, of course, Max, Max being one of the bigger ones, but you were always very like, do it, man. You could just do it.
Yeah.
And I remember numerous times telling you, being like, nah, dude, I don't want to do that. And you're like, do it, man. Fucking you could do it. You kick its ass. And every time when I finally did Symphony of the Night, you would come in. I'd be like, I ain't gonna fucking do this. I'm never gonna get this done. This is horseshit. And Frank would always say, not with that attitude, you aren't. And I'd fucking do it. And
Same exact story with me, except for it was Super Mario 64 that I was going for. And Frank, you were the one that really encouraged me to do that freaking badge, and you're the reason that I felt like I could do it. And I did do it. And I watched some of your videos even to learn how to do some of the harder achievements. And I used your videos as guides. So I mean, you've been a huge inspiration to me and my retro achievements journey. So yeah, definitely want you to know that. And that's I want to say thank you for that, for sure.
So anybody that gets mad at me doing fucking RA for hours, you could blame this guy.
Yeah, blame him.
Fucking fault.
That bastard right down there.
I'll take full responsibility. But you know what? Some of the best moments on our channels is when we finally nail that hard ass achievement.
Oh hell yeah!
Okay.
Oh hell yeah!
Hard for you, the moment
Best
you
feeling.
finally down penance.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be great.
Dude, come on, it's gonna be fucking crazy.
Hell yeah!
Shit, I'll take Shiva at this point. Fuck.
Oh God.
Yeah,
And I gotta
see that's just getting the party started though. Once you down
right.
penance, it's the grand finale.
Right.
It's gonna be fun.
And I got to give Frank some dap at the same time, that even though we're not RA, because with my temper, that's not going to fucking happen. He being, being a family fellow like me, and also me coming in and saying what's up to him and being instantly open and kind and supportive, and like, because who the fuck is this That Family Games guy that just came into my goddamn stream? No,
I
he
still
is
ask
so.
myself that every day. Still ask myself that.
Yeah, most people do.
Me too.
Trust me, one of these days, Bud's just gonna wake up and go, "I'm sick of this asshole," and just ghost me.
No, that was like yesterday.
It's too late.
I love you, man. I'm just kidding.
He already modded you. Yeah, you're stuck now. Like if he unmod you, then he's got to answer to the community.
That's right.
Now you're gonna be like, fuck.
I'm
You're
just
gonna
kidding.
be
I
like,
love
now,
every single
Jesus.
person that's here. You know that.
But I gotta say thank you to Frank, because he also, much like everybody else that's on here, all have a thing that I gravitate towards, which is creating a welcoming atmosphere, a fun atmosphere, and a thing where even, freaking Joe Blow, who just started their account 2 days ago and is just looking around retro, it's like, hey, if you're cool, you are welcome here. Big
Right.
time, with a capital W, welcome. And I applaud Frank for that.
Absolutely.
I've said this many a times, man. Like my bio hasn't been changed in a long time, but it says it. I like to collect games and I like to hear people's stories.
Right.
So it doesn't matter if you've been there 2 days or 100 days. I just like hearing the stories.
Yeah.
Yep. Word.
And that's what
And that
we're here
makes-
for. We're
in
here
my
to hear
eyes-
each other's stories. And man, you got a great one.
And in my eyes, that makes Frank an exemplar for the retro community.
Absolutely.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And I'm so honored to have you here, Frank, and I'm so honored to have everybody that's on this podcast currently to be on here, because you guys are some of my best friends I've ever had.
We broke a record today. We got 6 people on cam.
That's right. This
Never
is the first time we've had more than 5.
Shattering the expectations.
Yeah,
I love it.
it.
Perfect.
Except
Frank, this was-
I did take a look at chat. There is one more question from Laid Back with.
I see a couple more too, but go ahead with
I
yours.
don't trust anything that laid back guy says. I don't know.
Yeah, fuck that dude. That dude can suck it. He won't even come on the damn podcast because his brother won't let him.
Oh my God, my little brother, God, he treats me like a bitch. I gotta ask him about my food stuff.
Wow.
Yeah.
I sometimes think they're the same person.
I think they are.
I'm
too.
sure they're the same
Yeah.
person.
They are
Yeah, I
definitely.
know. Never say that to brothers. They
They are 4 dogs
Yeah,
in a
no.
trench coat.
Frank, this was probably the most natural podcast I think we've ever done, where it wasn't about what we were going to ask you and how you did your stuff and this, that. I mean, we did ask some of those questions, but it still felt like the six of us, plus obviously, you know, Leah and MTG and everybody else hanging out in chat. We were just fucking grabbing some drinks and shooting the shit. And I like that. I mean, a lot of us, and I don't want to be like whatever, but a lot of us know, we know Frank. Frank's a greasy guy from Kentucky. He does all the crazy RA shit. He's super boisterous. You can hear his family in the background, and he's well loved amongst the community and well talked about. I mean, Christ, I don't know how many sound effects I have of you, but I really like how natural. Fuck, I hate this game. I hate it. I love how natural this episode with you was with all of us, and I mean, we had to get 6 people on here. We've never had 6 people here before, because that's how badly everybody wanted to come and hang out with you, and I want you to know that is a testament of our community to you, that we all fucking wanted to be here. I got my shot yesterday. I was like, I better not be fucked up for this shit. I was like, I'll cancel my stream so I can at least be there. And last week, Bud threw me a fucking curveball and was like, "Oh, we're gonna do the Frank stream." Like, fucking I got plans, asshole. What are you talking about now?
In his defense, he thought I was going back to work this week, but my dad.
I know your schedule's always fucked up. But know that every one of us, obviously, from the 6 or 8 people that run this thing, all clamored to hang out with you. I want you to know that this was fun. You are an incredibly influential and really trying to think of big words that you might understand.
So
no, you are absolutely loved amongst this community, and I think we all share the same feelings about how important you are to all of us. As I may not, you know, Paul and I and Captain Dark have not physically met you, but we've hung out enough with you from your little house in Kentucky, from my little house in Washington, to know that even if we bumped into each other on the streets, we'd be fucking drinking and shooting the shit and having a fucking awesome time.
An amazing time. So, it'd be just like this,
I mean, Bud will tell you, I'm the same person.
I know. I totally believe 100% that you are as real on Twitch as you are anywhere else. Not like my fake ass. To everybody that sees me on here. But no, I just want you to know that I think I speak for everyone when we say that we truly do adore you as a person and as an entertainer, and that we thank you very much for taking the time out of your extremely busy schedule, because it fucking is an extremely busy schedule, because we never know when you're going to be fucking working and streaming, to come and hang out with us. So truthfully, man, thank you so much.
I was honored that Bud wanted me to be one of his first guests.
Oh shit, you were like the first person he fucking brought up at any discussion. Frank's coming. Frank's coming. I don't give a shit who we get. Who else we got on? Frank's fucking first stop.
100%, dude.
I need to fucking pee again.
You gotta pee. I gotta pee. I'm trying to
wrap this shit. I'm trying to wrap the shit so I can pee.
Can we just take a pee break real quick and come back and end this? Can we just take
Frank,
a intermission?
Go take a pee break. Frank, go take a pee break. We'll
right,
take turns. You go.
We'll talk shit about while he's peeing.
And then Chart will go, "Hey, Chart, how's it going, buddy?"
It's going fantastic.
Right.
Paul, how are you, sir?
You good? I'm not Paul, but thank you. I'm not Paul, but thank you.
I said Paul. No, I was asking Paul, not you. I was asking him.
Fuck you.
I thought we were doing the fucking... Jesus Christ. I thought we were doing like, "Good night, John Boy." I thought that's what we were doing.
I know. Paul, fucking say some shit, man.
And then I figured Paul would be like, "I'm great, Captain Duck. How are you?" And then
Captain Duck
who
am I?
I'm also great.
I don't know who I am. I'm just nobody. Just forget I'm here.
Oh my God.
How bad?
How am I doing, Chard? How am I doing?
Yeah, how are you, Paul?
I also have to pee, but not as bad as Frank. So.
Well, I got this here. So.
Well, none of us can ever have to be as bad.
So, I mean.
I knew this was going to be an extended version. I got the catheter.
I'll tell you what, this has been a lot of fun for real. I mean, I really enjoyed this, and we are definitely going to be doing more of these. And I like the whole thing about getting drunk. And Paul, you can talk if you want.
Oh, thanks, Dad.
Let's fucking go!
No one would guess this is where the treasure is buried.
Everybody had a wonderful time. I had a wonderful time
actually
doing
have-
this. This has been
Sorry.
fantastic. There he is.
We actually,
There he is.
by the way,
There's the
we still
guy
have
with
one
the
more question.
pea side urethra. What do you got?
All right.
I have a question from Demon Werewolf. There is another one for you all. What is everyone's favorite boss from any game?
Kefka. Kefka, Final Fantasy VI, without question.
Boo.
Boo. Frank's
my
a
favorite
boo.
boss. My favorite boss from any game.
Wow.
Probably Artorias from Dark Souls 1.
Fair.
Hmm.
Paul?
Garland, Final Fantasy IX. It harkens back so much to the first Final Fantasy.
Garland.
It turns a lot of the story. I love it. I love it.
Awesome.
Sephiroth, Final Fantasy VII, final answer.
That's 3 Final Fantasy.
Let's
Sephiroth for sure.
That's 3.
Call?
Wow, that, you know what's funny? I'm just like Frank. That's a really tough question because there are a lot of bosses that I enjoyed over the years. To just pick one out of there is really,
Can I
really
go?
hard. But well, I mean, let me think. I have to think it's probably. I'm gonna go with the safe answer. I'll probably go with something like Galleon or something from Lunar.
I knew you would say that.
Again, from something that I've always, enjoyed and I've always been there. But there's so many that I could name because video games in general, there's so many bosses that I've enjoyed over the years. It's a really difficult one to pick.
I don't know how
But
it
I'll
took you
take
this long
Galleon.
just to pick Galleon. Jesus Christ. I thought that would have been an easy.
Because I like so many games, Chard.
fair, but I went with the safe bet, so What about you, Captain Dark?
Charles gonna say something about this. I think my all-time favorite video game boss would probably have to be Deus from Tales of
Deus is cool. No, he's
Dude,
cool.
dude was ridiculously fun as hell to find out his backstory, why he was doing what he was doing. Because at the end of the day, he really didn't mean any harm. He was just doing what he felt like was right, and he just lost his girl and all this other stuff. Then you get to him, you got like 3 forms, and it's an amazing battle to kind of strategize because you can't just run in there and beat his ass. You can't just hack and slash. It's not very happy.
I'm actually happy you picked that one because I can relate to that fight. So I'm glad you picked that one.
I was sitting here thinking, I was like, damn, because I play a lot of JRPGs as well as you do.
Right.
And I'm thinking like, man, which one should I choose? And I was thinking of all the Tales of bosses, but I was like, man, nothing kind of hit me. I mean, they have, but to say Tales of the Abyss is not. It's not. That boss isn't on the level of Deus.
No,
Deus
agreed.
was fucking great. I mean, top tier boss. Like I said, his story and everything, and 3-phase boss. All 3 stages are hard as hell. He didn't just get progressively weaker. He got fucking
harder.
Uh-oh.
One at a time. I'm back now.
All right. We're all taking turns.
Wait, look. Sometimes you just gotta let the lizard fly. It's got.
Wow.
Dude, I was about to fucking bust, man. My bladder was like this fucking big. Hey, Nicole's here.
I'm out of here.
Come back, Frank.
Welcome back.
Oh, sorry.
Hey, Nicole.
Cole, welcome. Glad you could say
now we've got a real stream. Now we got rid of Paul. Now we got Nicole. Now we can really do it.
All right, bud, hit record. Let's go.
Okay, now the podcast is live. We actually have not been live until this very moment.
Oh, Nicole, I hate to do this to you, but I think we are on the wrap up. I think we're on the wrap up.
No, we're not.
Do we have
I'm just
any?
filling in while Paul's taking a piss. So
I
We're
love
just
it.
getting started.
Best
Can you
placeholder
take
I
the
can
microphone into the bathroom so we can hear what kind of splashback he's got? Oh, there he comes.
now we
What kind of
Too late.
All right, bye.
Wow.
Ah,
Let's do our round robin. Let's go around the horn. Bud, do you have any finishing things you would like to say to our good buddy Frank?
dude, I just want to say, Frank, man, I love you like a brother. I'm
Just
glad.
mean to me. It's on video. It's on video.
Shut up, Paul. It's my turn to talk.
he still can't hear you.
He can't hear me. I told you to shut up, Paul, but you couldn't hear me,
shit.
so now I'm telling you to shut up. No, no, I love you, dude.
You, bud.
No, we're doing our round robins, and I'm going to start. I'm going to say my final words, and that is, Frank, dude, I love you like a brother. I'm so glad to have you on the podcast. And they weren't lying when they said, I think it was Chard that said, when we started talking about the podcast, when we started talking about the guest list, you were the first fucking name that came up. I mean, hands down, man. You were like a brother. I do not. You are one of like 5 people I watch on Twitch, hands down. You are my friend, and I am so glad to have you as a friend. You got this great family atmosphere. You really have been there in my corner, especially when it comes to retro achievements. You're a greasy bastard, and I love that about you. But but seriously, though, in all seriousness, man,
Chris starts bad rumors. Okay,
Yeah,
he starts bad rumors.
exactly. But you are greasy, and I love you, man, and I'm glad to have you here. I would not do this podcast without having you as a guest, and you will definitely be invited back. And this has been probably the most fun podcast that we've done so far. And I say that knowing that every podcast we have done has been a blast. So you are a cream among the crop of nothing but cream. And thank you for being here. I love you, man, and we'll send it off to Captain Dark.
Thank you, bud.
Dude, you're an amazing content creator. I watched you at DGDS. You and along with some other people have kept me going. I was tuning into your streams. I don't talk a lot in them, but I do tune into your streams, and it's always fun anytime I go in there. You're always talking shit. It's always fun to see the interaction between you and Trash. Trash.
Crash. His name is Crash from Australia. I mean, Traz from Australia. Yeah.
No, it's trash.
But
I understand.
Trash.
But it is also to see that interaction between you two. I've always looked forward to it. Anytime I go to Trash stream, if I catch his or your stream, if I could catch y'all's, I just want you to keep up the good work. Keep being a drunk bastard. Send it off to the chart.
Thanks, Captain Dark.
Frank, I've known you a long time, man. I've sat in with you on a lot of different shit and a lot of different time changes and work schedule changes and stream changes. And I gravitated towards you and Max during the very beginnings of DGDS and the beginnings of my retro adventure, as it were. And you two are very high on my echelon of people that I respect and that I appreciate for helping me get to where I am, everything down, helping me just be a better streamer and a better person. I really do enjoy. I've always enjoyed your content. I love hanging out with you. You are a fucking force to reckon with. Everybody calls you a greasy bastard, but I'm just gonna call you my friend. So thank you for everything that you do and for helping me become what I am today. Because honestly, without your guys' influence, I would probably still be playing my Xbox, wondering why nobody wants to hang out. Thank you, buddy.
Greasy friend. All right, Paul.
No, Gall's next.
Oh, is it Gall? Gall, go ahead, Gall.
What do I say about the boob? No, just kidding.
He's a boob. Next.
I've been on Twitch for, I'd say, probably several years now. Most of the first few years, as I said when I was on the podcast last, we're just there watching, gaming conventions or other kinds of things. But eventually, a friend of mine showed me Twitch. And then from there, I came into contact with Max. And, he got me into, seeing retro again and, all the kinds of things that I've enjoyed. And one of the first streamers that I really got to know from one of the times he was raiding and stuff like that was Frank. And through it all, there has always been nothing but fun, enjoyment, not just of games, but just of life, of family, of, all the things that we hope to have in our lives. And it's always been such a joy and a thrill to always be there in his streams. And just, we banter a lot, and it's well known that there's a lot of times where we get really into it and everything, but it's because at the core of it, I see him as one of my closest friends. And in fact, I don't shy away from saying that he's a brother of mine. And I hope that I'm honored to be one of his mods and to be there, sharing in the content and all that stuff. And, he's helped me to to advance in so many ways of, doing things that I never thought I was going to do. Me competing in games, I never thought I was ever going to do that. And yet here I am, doing that on RA and enjoying games in a way that I never thought I was ever going to do again. And to that, Frank, I have to say thank you for the journey. And I look forward to so many other years forward that we continue to have that joy, brother.
Thank you, Go.
All the best.
I guess I'll go.
Your turn.
I'm dead last. Now, Frank, you really are an example to us when we got started about how retro can be so powerful, both in the nostalgia and the enjoyment, the give and the take of Twitch. Because this it was in the episode where I was featured, and I talked about how this filled a void for me with COVID. You also, hanging out with you, it's just like hanging out with my buddies when we were young and playing games and busting chops and eating junk food and drinking Jolt Cola and being fucking stupid till 2 a.m. and then feeling like shit the next day because we had too much caffeine and not enough sleep. Hanging out with you reminds me so much of that. It's such a nostalgia bomb for me that it goes, and this is where the English teacher in me comes out. It goes from being a bomb to a balm, as in something that soothes me. I really enjoy your content. I hate the word content, but I do enjoy what you do because because content sounds so produced as opposed to just doing good shit and people wanting to watch.
I get that.
And Frank is like that. Watching him is comforting because it reminds me so much of those old days, and I want to thank you for always being kind. And the thing I'll say, Frank, you have such a big heart, and I respect you for that, and I thank you for that.
Thank you.
Yeah, Frank, man, it's just like this. There's this rawness to his presence and his content that is, it's just so human. It's just so. It's home, is the way I see it. And Frank, you and I'm going to say it again. I've said it before, but you are a brother. When I think of Twitch, you are one of the first people that pop into my head. I know there's been a lot of shit that has gone on, but man, you are one of the best people on Twitch, and I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're my friend, and I'm glad you're in my corner. And and seriously, you are a big part of the reason that I am the person I am today, and the streamer I am today, and the content creator that I am today. And I love you, and you are my friend and my brother, and thank God you're here. And I will leave it at that. And I will give it to you now if you have any final thoughts.
Well, I'll say this, bud. Every time you go on one of your hiatuses, I aggravate the shit out of you until you start streaming again.
and I need that, and I appreciate that.
I'm gonna be completely honest, man. Like when you're streaming, I look forward so much to Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays, and I really do. Just because I know I'm finally gonna get a fucking Bud stream. Thank God. Thank God.
Thank God.
But
the seasoned salt.
You guys all complimented me, like Captain Dark says he lurks in a lot of our channels. Like Bud shouted him out one day in his channel, and I was like, he's the only one from the damn podcast I don't follow, so I went and followed him. I lurk more than he knows, and I've been watching, but I can't remember that he was playing like Outriders or some. I don't remember what he was playing last night, but he was playing. The night
Outer
before.
Wild, man.
Outer Wilds, yes. Yeah.
Oh, Outer Wilds, okay.
That shit.
And I feel like me and Captain Dark will get to know each other a little better here in the future, hopefully. And Chard Monk, man, everybody fucking says this about him. He's like, and about you two as well, bud. You two are, there's never any bullshit behind you guys. You guys just want to be on fucking Twitch, have a good time. That you're never gonna get any of the, the Twitch drama or the dumb shit that comes with all of it. Which I'm guilty for some of that.
We all are.
Myself.
Yeah, it's fine, man.
There's none of it with you two, and I know when I go to your two's stream, I'm not going to get none of that fucking stuff, and that's why it's such a home to me. And then don't get me started on golf.
Gael!
You're banned. You're fucking banned.
You're banned, Gael.
Here comes.
Here comes. He knows he's one of my favorite people. I love the guy to death. He's one of my brothers. That's why he was he was one of my first non-friend mods, other than like people from DGDS and stuff like Jay and Max, and people like that. And it's because, man, I know if I ever needed anything, no matter the time of the night, the time of the day, what's going on. He may not even have internet because he's got fucking shitcast, but
man,
I know I could get a hold of him and he'd be there for me every step of the way, and I appreciate that from the man. And he did help me get two of my badges, Super Metroid Symphony of the Night. This Chard makes fun of me for
it. It is always an honor.
Did it first.
It
just
is
saying.
always
Yeah.
I need all y'all to get on the fiber game since we talking about shit.
Yeah,
Dude, if I had it available in my area, I would be on that shit.
What's
Oh,
funny
yeah,
saying?
this is a funny.
Go ahead, Captain Dirk.
This is funny, real quick. So I told you me and Bud live in the same state, right?
Mhm.
We're not that far from each other. Probably
Like
20 minutes.
20 minutes, yeah.
So I got fiber, and I live in the hood. I have fiber internet. Bud lives in a way nice area. He ain't got shit.
No fiber. Yeah.
Look.
I live in a suburb of Indianapolis, a small town that is just it's got a town council that is just fucking old fucking fashioned, and they will not let any fucking thing come in here. It's even fiber internet, which fuck them. Fucking council, get fucking fiber. Anyway,
We're
go on.
raging against Indiana's city council.
Yeah, we're raging against my local city council. Fuck you, my local city council.
Captain Dark's right though. Like if you got fiber, if you can get fiber, you better get that shit.
If I could get fiber, I would have fiber.
You don't have Cincinnati Bell, do you?
I remember.
Captain Dark?
Huh?
What fiber service do you have?
I got AT&T fiber. Ain't have a problem.
AT&T.
Well, we have Cincinnati Bell here because I live in the Cincinnati area of Kentucky. Like right where I live, you see the Ohio River. There's the Reds and Bengals stadiums in Cincinnati.
Okay,
So
I know what you're talking about.
He's not
like,
far from us. He's like an hour and 20 minutes from us. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm right there, but that's why it's crazy that Bud didn't invite you to meet your ass because
Man, so I'm saying.
Dude, it was last minute. I kept waiting for the invite, and you guys came in and said, "Hey, we're meeting up with Frank in an hour." I'm like, "Okay, well, fine. Let me get going."
He could have said, "Hey, we're going to meet up with Frank at such and such place. Come if you can." I'd have made that decision myself. Then I could be mad at myself.
Yeah, exactly.
I would have got in the car and hopped my ass in there. And drove.
I feel so fucking guilty right now. I ain't gonna lie.
But Captain Dark, Traz is hoping to come back if COVID's over to come back next year. You got a place to stay? I'll buy you some margaritas. We'll have a good old time, man. We'll have a good old time.
Fuck yeah.
I'd fly out.
There you go.
Dude, we all need to get together. We need to get Chard to fly out. We need to get Paul to fly out, and me and Dark, we'll just fucking hop in the car and road trip down there. Yeah.
You guys can carpool.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's what I mean. Yeah,
plane,
Dark,
so-
you can fucking hop in my car. We'll fucking go, right? Hell yeah.
I'm not listening to your bullshit music.
All right, guys.
You know what else? My southern rock and my country music.
Hell no.
By the way, Frank, any final thoughts for Paul? You went around and were saying what?
Yeah.
Tell us about Paul.
I mean, I'm basically going to say the same thing about Paul, man. Like you can go to Paul's stream at That Family Games, and he invites you into his living room. You're sitting there, you're chilling with Nicole, Jackson, the kiddies, and they give you that family feel that I get every day with my family. But my family will be asleep, and Paul and Nicole will be going at it still, and because of the 3-hour time difference, and
right.
I get to sit down with the family again. So, Paul's like a brother to me, just like the rest of you guys, and I always have a good time in his stream. He's always been in my corner. Mm-hmm. I'm always in their corner, even though Nicole never knows I'm there when I'm there. Nicole's got an outfit.
Gotta say something.
Nicole's I may disappear one day. Okay, I might disappear.
And if anybody's gonna do it, it's gonna be her. She is secretly scary as hell.
I believe it. Frank, I done told you, man. If Nicole ever comes over to kick your ass, I'm ghosting your ass. I'm gone. I'm out.
done.
I'm out. I'm out.
You are.
You will not even know why I
effectively
existed.
cut off from contact. I'm not having that trace up here to Washington. Fuck that.
I ain't getting in that shit. No, fuck that. I ain't dumb.
Excellent.
But
All right,
Me too, man.
I want to say thank you to you guys for inviting me on. It was a pleasure.
You
I had
are
a
welcome.
blast.
It was one of many.
Great.
One
We
of
do
many.
have another guest question, but before we do that, and I want to say, Frank, you are not only are you welcome for us inviting you on, you are welcome to be on here anytime, man. This has been an absolute pleasure. I have had a fantastic time hanging out with you and with Paul and with Dark and with Chard and with Gall. Yeah. I'm looking over at fucking Paul now, showing off his 3 beers he's drank. But
no, 7.
7. Well, 3 of the 7.
Yeah, but,
Come on,
hold on, guys.
please.
He's drank 7 beers, but he's like, I don't want my wife to be mad at me, so I'm not going to drink bourbon.
Well, this is number 4 for me. This is number 4 for me, plus about 7 shots of Jim Beam. So I'm feeling pretty good too.
Damn.
But this has been my.
Raise the Jim Beam bottle one more time. You know
All
what I'm saying?
right, we'll do it. I'll do it. Whoever's
We're
got the
Gonna kill
bourbon.
Bud, but okay.
All right, let's do it. Fuck it. Ready?
Look, it's the same time for Chard Monk as it is for you, Paul. Okay.
Yeah, but I have a kid.
Yeah,
So does
he's
he.
got a family,
Seamus.
and also my
Yeah,
wife
Seamus.
has poked her head in like twice. So
Okay. You don't need Charles dying.
But anyway,
Snuggle up with Daddy. We're gonna watch a movie, you little fucker. Yeah.
yeah, we're gonna have
good.
yeah,
film.
we're gonna have a movie night with the crew on Tuesday. So anybody in the crew that wants to come and hang out, that is absolutely fine. It has been an absolute pleasure. I love each and every one of you. I love the mods. I love everybody watching. I love that we have this podcast. I am so honored that you guys want to be a part of this. And I'm humbled because, you know, I feel like I'm a little fish in a big pond. And I feel like, I don't know. I just feel like that I am unworthy of all the love that you guys have been giving me since I started this whole thing. Shut up.
You're
I'm
not.
Look, hey, it's his
Absolutely not
podcast.
that
man.
worthy.
I'm not fishing for a compliment. I just want to say that I am humbled and I'm honored to have each and every one of you on here, and I love you all.
And you got some
It's
big,
wonderful, bud.
you got some really big retro streamers coming on in the next couple weeks.
I
so,
do.
You know?
You see, and I say that too, and I recognize. I mean, I do recognize my talents, but I don't want to get a big head, and I try to stay humble. But I am very honored to have all of you on here, and I love each and every one of you, like as much as I've loved anybody in my life. You guys are family to me, and thank you all for being here. And I'm just so honored and so humbled and so grateful to have you all as friends. But I do have one more viewer question that we have to ask that came in from Demon Werewolf. And his question is, there is another one for you all. What is everyone's favorite?
No, we already told. We already
Oh,
did
we
that one.
did do that one. Okay.
Yeah,
We're
yeah,
good.
yeah,
We're
we're
good.
good.
All right.
We're good.
All right.
I seen secret. I don't know if
And
Steve
Bud is cut
redeemed
off.
the question or not, but Steve asked me something earlier in the stream. Like
Shoot.
I don't even remember what it was.
Yeah,
but
shoot.
We didn't see it.
Yeah, secret bonus level asked something. I don't know if he did it through channel points, which that's how you stage your questions, right? It's through
Go ahead,
some of
man.
them.
It doesn't matter. Go ahead.
I don't remember what it was, but I seen him ask a question too.
Who asked
it was
one?
It was something about RA, but I don't remember what it was. So secret bonus level.
What was your
still
first
there.
RA Chivo? That
Okay.
was it.
All right, that's what it was. My first RH Evo was on Ninja Gaiden. It was whatever the first achievement was on Ninja Gaiden. I don't know what it was, but Ninja Gaiden's my favorite.
Damageless
Childhood
first
game.
boss or something.
And it was your first badge, too, right?
It was my favorite.
It was your
stage.
first badge because I went and looked at your profile, and it was the first one on your list.
So,
Yeah.
so like the second, and I got to give a shout out to the man because NEC set up all my retro art shit and all that stuff. So
Yeah.
so I got to give Jay the credit for that. So.
Oh, I love Jay, man. He's a great guy. He gets a lot of shit in the retro community, and he's going to be one of our guests. But we're not going to get too much into details about that. But
That's for a later podcast.
that's for a later
Yes.
podcast. And Secret
Absolutely.
Bonus Level, thank you for the question, and another amazing person from the retro community.
But
Perfect.
yeah, Ninja Gaiden was my first badge, my first achievements I ever got on.
That's a hard fucking game, and that's one of the games you played since you were a
it's
kid.
a
baby game. It's a
Yeah.
goddamn baby game.
Speaking of baby games. All right.
Color a dinosaur.
Adventure Island. That's a
Frank.
baby game.
Fuck you,
Adventure
Paul.
Island took me 2 streams.
Fuck
2
you,
streams
Paul.
to badge. 2 streams to bad, Adventure Island. I don't know what Bud's commotion is about Adventure Island. I don't know.
Herding
I
cats
even
over here.
Hold on.
Cartridge.
Stop. Adventure Island. I erased all my achievements from Adventure Island because fuck Adventure Island. Proceed.
Dude, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you right now. Like DGDS 2, Bud was really drunk and was willing to take his shirt off for people. He may be drunker right now. I can
Don't
look at him. Look at him.
keep this podcast alive. Thank you very much.
But if you're gonna do that, turn your camera off for a minute. Put the duct tape on the nipple.
Next
Put
year
the
it's
duct
on
tape
my
on the
channel.
nipple.
Next weekend it'll be on my channel, so we can keep going.
Oh jeez.
Guys, thank you so much,
Anyway.
everybody, for taking your time out of your day to come and hang out with us and do this
Yes.
with us.
Yeah, this has been
Paul,
2
Gal,
hours.
Captain Dark, Bud, Lee Clips, MTG Solid, all the viewers and chats, and of course our special guest Frank. Frank, thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy schedule to come and hang out with us and bullshit with us.
Absolutely.
And have a few drinks.
A few drinks.
And tell your lovely wife that we saw her and that thank you for stopping in.
She just walked behind me.
I know. I thought I saw a middle finger, but
All right.
I don't think
Yeah, I don't know.
She might be getting ready to give the kids a bath. I don't know.
All right, so let's go ahead and Chart has
Yeah.
the right idea. Let's go ahead and wrap this
Let's
up.
wrap it
I'm
up.
going to say my final words, and then we'll go around. We'll do our round robins, and we'll go
We already did
clockwise.
the round robin.
We already did the
We already
round
did
robins, but go ahead and close it out, baby.
We can
Close
do
it out,
final
bud.
words if you want to, like,
drunk.
thank the community and stuff. You know, we can do that.
We're
It's
going to go ahead and
okay.
close it out, man. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out. This has been a fantastic podcast, and yes, I have been hitting the gym beam hard, so we are going to go ahead and hit it now. Thank you all for hanging out. It has been a fantastic episode. We will be back next week with our special guest, Middle Age Stream. It is going to be a
That'll be
fantastic episode. This has been a fantastic episode. Thank you all for hanging out. We will be back, and I'm repeating myself, so we will go ahead and end here, and have a wonderful weekend, everybody. We will be back, and love you all. Take care now.
Love you
One.
guys.